in northwestern Wyoming. Jackson Hole News and Guide reporting 50-year-old Justin Heyman crashed into a deep gorge after he and another man became separated from their group last Friday. The other man also ran into that ravine and knocked off snow that triggered an avalanche. It took rescue workers about a half an hour to dig him out. The man accused of kidnapping and killing a Chinese-born U of I scholar is facing an April 2019 trial. A judge yesterday set Brent Christensen's trial for a little more than a year from now. Federal prosecutors are asking for the death penalty in that case. Investigators say Christensen lured Yingying Zhang into his car last summer, tortured her, then killed her. They have never found a body. The John Hancock Center in Chicago losing its name. The Hancock Insurance Company, now owned by a Canadian firm, asked that their name and logos be removed from the iconic skyscraper immediately. The building will now be known by its address. The owner seeking a new naming rights deal. Now, the old John Hancock Insurance Company built that tower from 1965 to 1970 along Michigan Avenue. Zach LaVine broke for a tie-breaking dunk after stealing an inbounds pass in the closing seconds, and the Bulls beat Orlando 105-101. Coyotes pounded the slumping Blackhawks 6-1 last night. The news service of Audible. Stay motivated and informed and entertained through the power of audiobooks. Listen anytime, anywhere with the Audible app. Start a 30-day trial. Your first one is free. Go to audible.com. 5:07. A check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
On AM 560, The Answer. Your opinion counts. And we want to know how you feel about the news stories we're talking about each and every day. Make sure to vote in the M13 Graphics Opinion Express poll at 560theanswer.com. Listen for today's poll question at 10:30 a.m., 12:30 p.m., and 3:30 p.m. and hear the results each evening at 5:30. It's the M13 Graphics Opinion Express poll on 560theanswer.com.
Year after every new year, you make the same resolutions for yourself, hoping that one of these times they just might stick. You know, the whole new year, new you thing. You're gonna lose weight, quit smoking, eat better, find the love of your life. Well, best of luck to you. How about a resolution that can really happen? One for your business's computer and IT network. It's a goal that can be accomplished and realized instantly with the help of Turnkey IT. 2018 is poised for growth. You can't afford to let your business become sidetracked by poor IT assistance or dated computer hardware or software. Remember, in the changing world of IT, what you upgraded a few years ago may not cut it in the new year. One of the biggest parts of your business infrastructure is your IT network. And if that's not right, the impact can cost you a lot of money. Make your resolution today. Be ready to handle the growth expected in 2018 with your business backbone supported by Turnkey IT.
Leave the technical stuff to the pros so you can focus on the important things. Visit turnkey.pro today. Turnkey.pro.
This hourly segment is brought to you by The Lou Bridges Show, a show about the greatest financial crime in history. Saturday mornings at 8 on AM 560, The Answer.
5:09. Let's get a check on the early morning roads. In the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center, here is Jim Talamonte. Good morning, Jim.
Good morning, Mike. In Fox Lake, got a fire blazing. This is on Lake Avenue, not far from Rollins Road. Stevenson Expressway at Cicero Avenue. There was an earlier crash, an overnight major collision, which had the exit ramp closed. It is now open again. Down Stevenson ramp to Cicero Avenue. Also, Kennedy outbound at Western, there was a crash. Relocated out of the way. Inbound Kennedy, exit ramps to Randolph, Adams, and Jackson have just reopened. So has access to the outbound Eisenhower. Inbound Eisenhower, access to the outbound Kennedy has just reopened as well. Elsewhere on the expressways and tollways, things look pretty good. There is on the inbound Bishop Ford Freeway a little congestion approaching downtown Chicago. Traffic, it's the service of Audible. Stay motivated, informed, and entertained. The power of audiobooks. Listen anytime, anywhere with the Audible app. Start a 30-day trial. Your first one is free. Just go to audible.com. Traffic answers when you need them most. I'm Jim Talamonte on AM 560, The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answers starts next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast with our meteorologist, Kevin Snyder.
A chilly day today with intervals of clouds and sun. High 30. Tonight, partly cloudy, low 23. Milder tomorrow with increasing clouds, high 42. Then low clouds at night with a low tomorrow night 35. I'm Kevin Snyder on AM 560, The Answer.
11 at O'Hare, 19 along the lakefront. It is 7 this morning in Aurora, and your next news update is at 5:30. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy starts now on AM 560, The Answer.
Don't forget that you can watch Chicago's Morning Answer on the Income Store live video stream every morning at 560theanswer.com.
This is Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson on AM 560. The Answer.
Good morning, Dan and Amy. We're coming to you live from AM Woodland Outdoor Design in scenic Mundelein, part of our AM 560 Signature Bank Business Tour, the 2018 edition, Amy, and nice to see you out of your ivory tower and out with the people. Nice to see you get north of Lincoln Square.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, this is, kind of in my roundhouse, my wheelhouse. I grew up in Mount Prospect, which is about a half hour from
Prospect.
Here. Yeah.
This
River Road,
Northwest
Milwaukee.
Cook County. We're like north of Canada up here.
Well, but driving by, you go by Stevenson High School, you go by the Marriott Theater. We used to ride our bikes to those locations to hang out with the rich kids.
Well,
no, it's beautiful. I mean, I got out of my car, and I didn't only smell freedom. I smelled pine, evergreen. It's just beautiful. Did you take it in? Did you have a deep breath? And
it's just the air freshener in your car. The last time we were in Lake County, we got dragged out in cuffs.
Oh, that's right.
So hopefully this ends better. We broadcast from Lake County Jail, for those of you who don't know. Yeah.
That's why we
no
got
charges
arrested.
filed.
But this is great. We're going to be speaking with the owners and the CEO and their story, how they started out with one person and now they have 39 employees.
Yeah, it's great. It's another good story of entrepreneurial success, and they'll soon move to Wisconsin like everybody else up here. So we'll talk to them about that. Olympic fever.
Oh, yeah.
You have it now that we got two 17-year-old snowboarders with gold medals?
Yes, and they all hang out with each other, too, all the competitors. But I watched Chloe Kim last night. Did you see her?
No.
Youngest female to ever win a gold medal, and she won it in the half pipe. Now, the half pipe doesn't look so impressive because they make it look so easy, but if you're there live, because I've covered the half pipe before.
Sure, that's a great
They're going
assignment.
up. It is a good assignment.
Yeah,
It's better than covering murders. It's about 4 stories that they go down, and then they fly up to 6 stories high, and they maintain control of the board the whole time and do their flips, and it takes a lot of talent.
Well, now that I've heard that vivid description, I don't need to see it. I feel like I did see it.
You didn't
after
watch
that.
last night? No. Oh, and the way it was such a feel good story because her parents are from South Korea, so the parents went to make a better life for their family. Would drive 5 hours for her to practice. They lived in Southern California and drive to Northern California on the weekends, every weekend, so that she could practice.
I'm not interested in the stories. I'm interested in the medal count. It's just about the hardware for me. We've got a Norway problem.
Uh-oh.
And
those pesky Norwegians.
We've got to close the gap. They're always they are just.
Well, they're nipping at our heels, and we got to stop.
They're always nipping at our heels. They're in the lead.
They're in the lead.
They're always difficult in the winter games.
We'll come back.
Yeah.
But remember Adam Rippon, or am I pronouncing his name right? Because I'm a name assassinator.
Yeah, that's true, but I believe so.
The one who took on, allegedly, Vice President Pence.
Yeah.
Well, he won a bronze medal yesterday.
Heard a lot of people like, whoa, Adam Rippon should tone it down and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I can't tone it down. I'm being me, and I'm being myself.
Yeah.
And I would be doing myself an injustice, and I'd be doing an injustice to those kids who don't feel like they're comfortable to be themselves.
Yeah, he's
Adam Rippon, hero. And you know how I know he's a hero?
Skater. Why?
Because he said so.
Well, he and this other skater, the first openly gay male figure skater.
Gay figure skater. Boy, that's
an
groundbreaking.
oxymoron.
Yeah. Not exactly Michael Sam there, Adam Rippon.
Yeah,
Dial
so
it
he's
down.
paving the way. I mean, we've always had gay athletes, but of
I'm
course, he's
happy.
taken it to a new level.
I'm happy he's happy with him. Just you don't have. You can be yourself. A little less of yourself. That's all.
Well,
Just
there's a lot of
15
bling to it.
degrees
It's
less
very-
of himself.
It's a very showy sport, figure skating.
Didn't have a wardrobe malfunction, did he?
He did not,
Oh, good.
but I did like his blouse.
All right. Well, there's also media idiots to report on as it pertains to the Olympics. Idiot number one, Joshua Cooper Ramo.
Oh, see, there you go. Ramon?
He is the one who made the comment over the weekend about how how grateful the Koreans are for Japan's role in their economic development. Kind of glossing over the 35 years of Japanese occupation of the peninsula that still does not set well with the Koreans. So he gone.
Yeah, he said it during opening ceremonies, and that's the last time he'll be in front of a mic
Yeah.
at the
Yeah.
Olympics.
So he apologized. That apology wasn't good enough. So there's idiot number one. Idiot number two, Katie Couric, a repeat medalist.
She's a repeat offender?
Well, I would.
Well, did
medalist.
she win the gold, silver, or bronze for this snafu?
Katie Couric on Dutch speed skating, as you all know, the Netherlands has lots of canals that can freeze in the winter.
What?
So for as long as those canals have existed, the Dutch have skated on them to get from place to place to race each other and also to have fun. An apocryphal story about the Netherlands, according to World
I
Traveler.
thought the canals don't freeze.
Yeah, there was.
My friend lives in Utrecht, and there's still water's flowing for the last picture she sent me.
A lot of reaction on social media
Yeah.
to Katie Couric's understanding of how the Dutch are so good at speed skating. Dear Katie Couric, the Dutch do not skate to work. Skating on clogs is too hard even for us. Little joke there. Yeah. Then the picture of a bunch of speed skaters in line on an actual speed skating track. And somebody tweeted.
Oh, the canals do freeze in Amsterdam, I guess.
Yeah, well, right, when it gets sub-zero. Yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm.
So the picture of a bunch of speed skaters in line, on a speed skating surface, rush hour in the Netherlands. This is true. This is me skating to work at the cheese factory last Friday, and so on and so forth. And the ridicule continues. So there's just a couple of media idiots specifically for idiotic cultural references. And then you have the entire press corps, and they're fawning over Kim Yo-jong. Yeah, Kim Jong-un's sister / propaganda minister for that brutal regime, which tortures and executes people.
Starves them.
Killed Otto Warmbier. And the love affair that's been going on over the weekend into yesterday with Kim Jong-un's sister. Bit disturbing.
Yeah, it is. They're promoting her. They're trying to compare her to Melania Trump for some reason.
Well, you've had also references to Ivanka Trump.
Mm-hmm.
She's the North Korea's Ivanka Trump. Kim Jong-un's sister turns on the charm, taking Pence's spotlight. That was a New York Times news analysis.
CNN reported over the weekend that she has stole the spotlight from all the athletes. That's it's insane.
Yeah,
they forget.
Well, the press corps likes to come in with this sentimentalist garbage that is their calling card. The world comes together to show us what unity's like. Yeah, right. A bunch of 17-year-old snowboarders come together to show what unity's like. Sorry, I'm not taking my instruction there. But
they're all sleeping together.
But 30.
That's what happens at the Olympics. Trust me. It's a little.
Trust you. No, do tell.
Oh no. Well, I went to the snowboarding team. They were staying
and then
at
what
the
happened?
Dorm. Well, they have huge parties and everyone sleeps together.
And.
Well, and that's why they're handing out condoms.
And
then you've got
trust
Alpine.
me. Trust me is a first-person comment.
Oh, no, I just saw a lot of heavy petting, and then I decided to leave. Oh, is this microphone broken?
That's weird.
No,
So you were at a party.
Rad party.
You were at a party
Yes.
with a wallflower that you are just watching heavy petting around you. Is that the story we're supposed to believe?
Yeah, they took over University of Utah, and every team had their own floor or their own dorm, or they would take over a fraternity or sorority house, and it's a huge party. The Olympics, it's fun. It's not what you think it is.
Yeah, thus the 37 condoms per person. and your first-person account. Also, this interesting, Kobe Bryant saying that if he was still playing basketball, he would take a knee.
Okay.
You know what? I can't wait for somebody to do that. And here's my idea for Kobe Bryant, because I want to call him on, since he's so courageous now that he's out of the game. I want to give him the opportunity to prove up. 2020 Summer Olympics. Mm-hmm. Kobe Bryant, let him pass the ball a couple times. Just put him on the team.
Oh, yeah. So he could take a knee.
Or put him as an assistant coach. America wins the gold because that's what we do in Olympic basketball. And then he can have his Tommy Smith, John Carlos moment.
Help me. Has anybody taken a knee in the NBA?
Not
that you know of? No,
not that I'm aware of.
Yeah.
Adam Silver, the NBA commissioner, tried to get ahead of that during the football season by saying, remember, here's the protocol in the NBA. So nobody's done that yet, even though I'm sure LeBron James would like to. Yeah. I'd love to put Kobe Bryant to the test. It's interesting to me. There's a lot of the take a knee crowd. I just wonder if maybe, I don't know, maybe it has to do with run-ins with the law, and maybe that's where they soured. Kobe Bryant having to... Okay, but with that whole controversy that involved law enforcement for a time. There's this, too. Linebacker Reuben Foster plays for the 49ers. He was released after posting some... Make them out to be Reuben Foster, Kobe Bryant, others. Just a thought, since we're on the topic of athletics. Dan and Amy coming to you live from AM Woodland Outdoor Design in Mundelein, part of our AM 560 Signature Bank Business Tour.
Connect with Dan and Amy on the AM 560 The Answer mobile app. Just text the word app to 64636 to download the app today.
Coming up later, we have the official portraits revealed of Barack and Michelle. What do you think? That'll be later on. But first, here's your forecast. Oh, she's gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
She's hot. Today, chillies with some sun and clouds. We're going to have chilly. No, it's going to be chilly outside, a high of 30 degrees. Tonight, partly cloudy, a low of 25. And for Wednesday, increasing clouds, mild, a high of 43 degrees. Let's get into the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center. Here's Jim Telemonte.
Thanks, Amy. Good morning. Good morning, Dan. Happy Fat Tuesday. Pujski Day in Chicago. Got a fire blazing in Fox Lake, 38 Lake Avenue. This is not far from Rollins Road in Fox Lake. South side of Chicago, still have closures around 71st and South Chicago Avenue after a fire at Hebrew Cultural Center there. Multi-alarm blaze that was put out some time ago. You have mild delays now. The inbound Bishop Ford Freeway from 103rd to the merge. 18 minutes, 80-94 to the Rhine. About Rhine, a 2-minute delay, 18th to the Burn Circle. Stevenson inbound, the exit to Cicero has closed after an earlier crash. The other expressways and tollways right now are looking good. Jim Talamonte in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center.
Upstream-ideas.com, premium content that complements what we do each morning on this show. Long-form interviews in our Against the Current series featuring opinion leaders and policymakers. 60 seconds of sanity, commentaries from yours truly. 2-minute warnings from Pat Hughes at the Illinois Opportunity Project. Don't forget our news series, Heart of the Matter, featuring professional women speaking collegially about the important issues of the day, their impact on household budgets and family life, and podcast of our Illinois Rising program, which covers state policy and politics, and airs Sundays at 3 p.m. on these airwaves. And then our sister site, defendhomeowners.com, defendhomeowners.com, new regional reports on 2017 home sales that are instructive, as well as the opportunity to just type in your address and get a free property tax report on your home. See what property taxes are doing to your home value, where the money's going. All of that info is at defendhomeowners.com. Everything else at upstream-ideas.com.
You wanted to be a teacher when you were little, but as you grew up, things changed. Teaching just didn't seem like the best option anymore, so you decided to become something else. But what would your 12-year-old self say? Interesting and innovative things are happening in teaching today, so it's time to put it back on your list. Don't try to convince yourself otherwise. You had it right the first time.
Find out how you can make more at teach.org. Make more. Teach. Brought to you by Teach and the Ad Council.
Hear that? That's the sound of a quality solid door from Competitive Door and Supply Company. Doors that serious contractors use for everything from hospitals to schools to warehouses. Not the hollow stuff you find at the big box home improvement stores. Solid core wood doors made out of oak and birch, steel doors, and custom orders ready for installation. Call Competitive Door and Supply Company, 708-366-0194. And for a limited time, get free delivery.
Shoot Point Blank is Chicago's leading shooting range and firearms store. Featuring 20 climate-controlled shooting lanes, complete retail store, and firearm education classes for all experience levels. Whether you're a new or expert shooter, now you can experience the Shoot Point Blank difference and see for yourself why so many people are talking about Shoot Point Blank.
I can tell you, I was impressed as soon as I walked through the door. The employees were really helpful, very patient, and knowledgeable, too.
My wife and I had a wonderful experience. We felt very comfortable and informed.
Brett was very friendly and respectful, and he answered all my questions. Because I'm new to pistols, I'm grateful he was patient and helped me decide what to buy for my new firearm.
For a huge selection of new and used firearms, ammo, and state-of-the-art indoor shooting range, visit them in Hodgkins, Mokina, Naperville, or Merrillville. Or check out shootpointblank.com. Experience the difference. Shoot Point Blank.
If you save $500,000 in an IRA or 401k, you know it's not really $500,000, right? Because you still have to pay taxes on that money. But here's something that will shock you. Some people will pay through the nose in taxes when they withdraw money from their retirement accounts, while a smart and savvy few will legally pay far less. Could you potentially save thousands of dollars in taxes on your IRA or 401k and keep this money for yourself? Yes, you could. Learn how in a free report called 6 Ways to Tax-Free Income in Retirement from me, Tom Fortino, host of the Alpha Wealth Hour. The free report could save you tens of thousands of dollars. Call 630-873-6326. It's your choice. Pay the IRS or keep this money for yourself. Call 630-873-6326 or visit us on alphawealthgroup.com. That's alphawealthgroup.com.
Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Wealth Advisors, Inc. Get ready. It's Auto Show Month. And to celebrate, you're going to see some of the best deals of the new year at Joe Cotton Ford. Joe Cotton Ford will get your engines revving with the largest selection of quality American-made Ford vehicles, including SUVs and trucks with all the features you want and need to navigate the snow and ice this Chicago winter. Ready for a different auto buying experience? At Joe Cotton Ford, you won't get the cold shoulder from a sales guy trying to hit a sales quota. What you will get is the white glove treatment without all the hype and pressure. And don't forget, every vehicle purchased comes with the Joe Cotton Advantage that goes above and beyond what the manufacturer offers. It'll help you save on maintenance, vehicle protection, and more. Be sure to ask about the Joe Cotton Advantage program when you come in. Get to Joe Cotton Ford and celebrate Auto Show Month with a new Ford car, truck, or SUV today. Gary and North Avenue in Carroll Stream or at joecottonford.com. joecottonford.com.
AM 560, The Answer.
Dan and Amy, Amy, I love the dim sum at Pyeongchang. I don't much care for the Basset Hound stew at P.F. Chang's. Or no, wait, do I have that reversed?
Reverse. Well, this is what happened. And then I saw it Saturday morning. Instead of putting the Chiron Pyeongchang 2018, they put P.F. Chang's. It was a joke. It was a spoof. Mark Giangreco was there the night before doing the news, and
doing
sometimes
Christian Faria.
Yeah, well,
impersonation.
sometimes people, get lazy and they just grab what was on, from the night before, and they put up the P.F. Chang sign instead of Pyeongchang.
Yeah, well, I'm glad that the producer of this segment found a job in Chicago at ABC7.
We have new information now also on the plane crash. KTVU has just learned the names of the 4 pilots who were on board the flight. They are Captain Sum Ting Wong, Wee Tu Lo, Ho Lee Fook, and Bang Ding Ao. The NTSB has confirmed these are the names of the pilots on board Flight 214 when it crashed. We are working to determine exactly what roles each of them played during the landing on Saturday.
I think it was mostly Holy Fook's fault.
But Giangreco could get suspended again for this.
Did the NTSB ever get back to those dogged reporters?
Yes, they called right away when that happened.
Saying the NTSB actually
Well,
didn't
no, what
confirm
happened
those
is, no,
names?
they put it over the station's fax. They sent them a fax, and they put NTSB FAA investigation names released and put that in as a joke, and they grabbed it off the fax, threw it to the anchor. And
because they are Ron Burgundy. It reminds me, this is a good one, that your former station.
What?
Remember when that polar bear died?
Oh, Oh, yeah.
That polar
Newt,
bear Newt
Knut.
died. K-N-U-T dies. But it wasn't spelled K-N-U-T
No, it wasn't.
on the Chiron, was it?
No, that was a bad one. And then broccoli died, and they put a vegetable over broccoli over Joe Esposito's face.
Classic moments in network affiliate newscasts. Anything better than that?
Coming up on Chicago's Morning Answer.
Speaking of Chicago, our friend Bill Murray takes on Identity Politics at 5:38.
And later, Barack and Michelle's portraits revealed. What do you think? We're taking your calls all morning long. But first, let's go into the newsroom and say good morning to Mike Scott.
Amy and Dan, good morning. 11 degrees above at 5:32. Top global threats to the U.S. national security. In the spotlight today in the Senate, as the Intelligence Committee will hear from U.S. intelligence officials, including National Intelligence Director Dan Coats, CIA Chief Mike Pompeo, and Mike Rogers, head of the NSA. President Trump challenging Democrats to come to the table to negotiate a deal on DACA. Meantime, the Senate has begun debating immigration after a 97-1 vote to begin debate. Senator Chuck Grassley
provides a compassionate solution to those who were illegally brought here as children through no fault of their own, and it includes a very generous opportunity for citizenship.
He pointed out that proposal takes meaningful steps to also make sure the problem doesn't happen again. The president pitching his big plan to renovate the nation's highways, bridges, airports, and rails.
We have spent $7 trillion in the Middle East. $7 trillion. What a mistake.
Speaking at the White House yesterday, the president says it's time to start investing in America's crumbling infrastructure. More hardware for the U.S. at the Winter Olympics in Pyeongchang, South Korea. American Chloe Kim took gold in the women's snowboard halfpipe. Kim's teammate Ariel Gold joined her on the podium and took bronze. New York's Chelsea bomber being sentenced today for the 2016 pressure cooker blast that injured 30. Ahmad Rahimi faces multiple life terms. Barnes & Noble laying off workers after a horrible holiday season. Workers apparently at some locations did not find out they were out of a job until they showed up for work yesterday. 2 Chicago police officers in stable condition. That follows an apartment fire on Chicago's north side. Authorities investigating a deadly crash involving a semi on the Stevenson Expressway on Chicago's southwest side that happened overnight. Why Chicago High teachers could be headed for a strike soon. The Daily Herald reporting teachers and the board could not reach a contract agreement after more than 4 hours of talks last night. The flu is getting stronger in Illinois. The state's latest report to the CDC shows an uptick in the number of positive flu tests. Illinois does not track the total number of flu cases in the state, just ICU admissions and child deaths. Bulls beat Orlando 105-101 last night. Coyotes pound the slumping Blackhawks 6-1. The news, a service of Audible. Stay motivated, informed, and entertained through the power of audiobooks. Listen anytime, anywhere with the Audible app. Start a 30-day trial and your first one is free. Just go to audible.com. 5:35 and a check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
Mike Gallagher wants the media to stop overreacting.
We dropped 1,100 points. That's 4.6%. The 4.6% happens about 3 times a year. It had nothing to do with Donald Trump. It has to do with interest rates likely rising because the economy is doing so well. It has to do with a normal, inevitable course correction, but yet the media never wants to miss a chance to show him up.
The Mike Gallagher Show, weekdays at 9, right before Dennis Prager at 11 on AM 560. The Answer.
Head to Subway restaurants for the $6 steak and cheese footlong. Limited time only at participating restaurants. Additional charge for extras plus applicable tax. No additional discounts or coupons may be applied.
If you still haven't purchased the very best pillow, of course I'm talking about MyPillow, the 4-pack deal is back. So I strongly urge you to go online or call now to make sure you take advantage of this great deal. A great night's sleep is so important, so give yourself the gift of a great night's sleep by ordering a MyPillow. By using the promo code Amy, you'll get the absolute best deal available anywhere. The MyPillow 4-pack deal includes 2 premium MyPillows and 2 Go Anywhere MyPillows at 50% off. I love that I can move the fill to get the support I need, regardless if I sleep on my back or side. I never wake up with a stiff neck or headache. And MyPillow is made in America, washable and dryable, hypoallergenic, and has a 10-year warranty plus a 60-day money-back guarantee. So get your 50% off the 4-pack in February by calling 800-489-0201. Use the promo code Amy or visit MyPillow.com. That's 800-489-0201, promo code Amy.
536 and a check of the roads in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center. Here's Jim Talamonte.
Thanks, Mike. On the inbound Eisenhower, traffic is slow from First Avenue to Harlem. It's 31 minutes, 390 to downtown. Outbound fine at 29. Edens to Kennedy still look clear. On Stevenson, heavy central to Kedzie. The exit to Cicero is open and had been closed for the early morning hours after a major crash. Stevenson runs 38 minutes, 355 to Lakeshore Drive. Outbound fine at 34. On Orion, 22 minutes, 95th to downtown. Express lanes are heavy. Garfield 47th. It's slow from 18th to Burns Circle. Outbound the entrance from 87th, closed till 6. I-57 clear, Bishop Ford, 24 minutes, 80-94 to the merge. Tollways are good, Northwest Indiana as well. Traffic also is a service of Audible. Stay motivated, informed, and entertained with the power of audiobooks. Listen anytime, anywhere with the Audible app. Start a 30-day trial. Your first one is free. Just go to audible.com. Traffic answers when you need them most. I'm Jim Talamonte, AM 560, The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast. Chilly day ahead. Clouds and sunshine. High near 30. Partly cloudy and 25 overnight. 11 at O'Hare. 19 along Chicago's lakefront. Your next news update is at 6. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next on AM 560, The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by the IRS Radio Hour with attorney Stephen Leahy every Sunday afternoon at 5 on AM 560, The Answer.
Hey, Joe Walsh here. It's Immigration Deal Week in the Senate. I worry that a bad deal's a-coming. We'll talk about it when Freedom returns at 5.
Rock steady.
Rock steady, baby. Rock, 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 rock.
Yeah, you got soul. Dan and Amy, we're coming to you live from AM Woodland Outdoor Design in Mundelein, part of our AM 560 Signature Bank Business Tour, the 2018 edition. Happy to be up here. We'll be talking to the proprietors of this establishment a little bit later in the show. Our friend Bill Murray from Chicago, you know, he's got a couple of restaurants in Charleston area where he lives.
Yeah.
I've been down there. I like it. I like Bill Murray. He gave an interview with CNBC where he talked about how it's increasingly difficult to be funny, not because the politicians make it so hard to write the comedy, but because of identity politics. He gave an example of a comedic friend of his who people perceive to be a conservative.
My friend who's a great comedy writer, Jim Downey, he's accused of being a right-wing writer, a comedy writer, if there is such a thing, sort of. And he says, no, I just think the way that the Democrats handle things is poor, where they try to pick out little pieces of a population that, well, we represent the Hispanics, we represent the LGBT or something. And they're not speaking to everyone at once, and it's almost demeaning to say, I'm choosing you because you're a splinter group or you're a certain minority group. That there's almost a resentment that somehow you're separated again by a politician, you know, that you're my people, I'm in control of you, and I represent you. Instead of thinking that each citizen has a right to be respected as a citizen first, someone under the laws of the country.
Uh-oh. Now he went and done it. He's being critical of identity politics. He said, how can Kristen Wiig make everyone laugh? She's not thinking about being political. She's thinking about what resonates and what is common to all of us. And I think that's harder and harder to do because people are trying to win their point of view as opposed to saying, what if I spoke to everyone? Does Bill Murray have a point? Yes, he does. That's a hint. 312-642-5600, turnkey.pro answer line. 64636DA, turnkey.pro text line. And he went on to, by the way, praise the Republican tax reform plan that is good for American businesses. boy.
No, he doesn't.
He's never going to work in Hollywood again.
Or in Chicago.
Listen, more Bill Murray. Yeah, this is Chicago is now going to be a Trump-free zone and a Bill Murray-free zone.
So I wanted to ask you about the political discourse and where we are in terms of the country. It's a serious question for you, but I know you think about stuff like this. I mean, where are we, and how do we get here, and how do we get out of this?
I don't know how we got. Well, you've sort of been watching it happen, and here we are, and it's Clash of Clans first thing in the morning every day. You know, where people are just going to war about so much. You know, it's interesting when this kind of movement happens, this kind of thing happens. It creates all kinds of sort of compost and fertilizer to make the next stage happen, you know. So obviously things swing back and forth and they go this way or that. But it's what people do in that moment of not reacting but observing it and seeing it that changes, you know. So a lot of people felt like, okay, when this new politic comes now, that it's going to make a new opportunity to join some people together. You know, it's how can there be someone like, we're talking about who you like someone like Kristen Wiig that's really a funny person. How can Kristen Wiig make everyone laugh? She's not thinking about being political. She's thinking about what resonates and what is common to all of us.
Yeah. And he goes on to talk about this, you know, kind of immediate justice of the Me Too movement to some extent.
It's been a very interesting year out there, and all the movements have they've affected the restaurant business. I mean, people don't want to go out in public because people will say, "You're the guy who didn't," or whatever.
But I can tell that it's been cathartic to some extent for the industry, and something that a day of reckoning that was long coming due to some extent.
It's, you know, there's, you know, if people are monstrous, it comes back. Eventually, it comes around, and you know, we get justice, but we don't get it when we want it, right?
Yeah.
So, this is unusual. People are getting their justice rather quickly.
I just love him kind of describing the Democrat politician. I'm in control of you. I represent you, instead of thinking that each citizen has a right to be respected as a citizen first under the laws of the country. It is the solidarity and marginality that is played by the left like fiddle, and so many on the center right are cowed by the identity politics, and we've seen this happen over and over again on some of these hot-button moral issues that define our culture. And it's nice to see somebody like Bill Murray, who is insulated but doesn't have to speak out and is a beloved figure, you know, across every boundary, being willing to take the risk to say, well, you know, if you don't like it, then the heck with it. This is what I think about identity politics. I don't like it. It's not representative of the kind of society I want to live in, is essentially what he's saying.
Yeah, and as a comedian, it's harder and harder to write good material because we live in such a politically correct world. But I do love the fact, too, that he praised Trump's tax plan. I mean, he said the change in the tax law is a great thing for corporations. It's a fantastic thing. I don't pretend to understand what that will mean in the future in terms of the economy, or what the budget will have to do with what people call entitlements.
What people call entitlements. The reason we call them entitlements, Bill, is because they are. Don and McHenry, you're on Chicago's Morning Answer.
Yeah, and Amy, how are you this morning?
Good.
That was about as amazing of stuff you'd ever heard out of Hollywood. I was astounded by that. I was calling on the last segment, though, because we were talking about the Olympics and how the the mainstream media cover stories, and we hear over and over and over again how people come to America to make a better life for themselves, while the same people that are pitching these stories to us tell us how rotten America is just about every single day. And I just don't even think they recognize the irony of that.
Yeah, there's a thanks for the call, Don. There's a good piece by there's a good piece in the Federalist by Ben Dominique, who talks about the media hates you. Do you understand that the D.C. press corps, as I would term it, the big government press corps, in places like the Beltway, but also in Chicago, they hate you, America. They, unless you are fully on board with the cultural Marxist identity politics agenda, They despise you. They do think you're deplorable. They do think you cling to your guns and religion if you don't live the life of Riley in downtown Chicago. That's what they think. And that's what the rebellion was against in 2016. And it continues across the nation. And it's just interesting that, even people who may not be inclined to otherwise speak out, they kind of had enough. It kind of, the culturally anxious voters and also people that just don't like having somebody continually poke them in the chest with their finger. You shall do this. You shall finance that. You shall celebrate this other thing over and over and over again. And it's nice to see somebody like Bill Murray push back against the thuggery. Dan and Amy coming to you live from AM Woodland Outdoor Design in Mundelein, part of our AM 560 Signature Bank Business Tour 2018.
You're listening to Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson on AM 560. The Answer.
Coming up later, think before you tweet. An Olympic-style mistake from a New York Times reporter. But first, here's your forecast on this eve of Valentine's Day. I can't even say it with a straight face. We're going to have sun. I hate Valentine's Day.
Where are your pouch keys?
My
it's
who?
Fat Tuesday.
Oh, that's right. It
bring
is
the
Fat
pouch
Tuesday.
Keys.
The punch keys?
Punch key. Pouch key.
Pouch keys?
Pouch key.
You got a pouch for your house key? What's wrong with you?
Punch key.
It's a punch key.
Punch key.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong? Words are hard. I understand.
Well, my Polish is.
You're Polish, yeah. Sunshine
punch
cloud.
key.
Okay. Sunshine cloud. Zip it. High today of 30 degrees, and tomorrow for Valentine's Day and Ash Wednesday. Increasing clouds, mild, a beautiful high of 43 degrees. Let's get into the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center. Are you having your punch keys? Here's Jim Talamonte.
Absolutely. Good morning, Amy. Good morning, Dan. Happy Mardi Gras Day. Watch for people hustling around those Polish bakeries this morning. At Chicago South Side, we've got a closure of South Chicago Avenue in both directions. Between Cottage Grove and Ingleside, there was an earlier multi-alarm fire at the Hebrew Cultural Center there. The South Chicago buses are being rerouted. The Edens Expressway outbound has slowed traffic Devon to Pratt. Crash in the left lane, about a 2-minute delay. The inbound side is still fine. On the Kennedy, we have outbound delays. North Avenue to Demon, crash in the right lane. It's 23 minutes from downtown out to O'Hare. Inbound 22, heavy now out of the River Road Toll. Eisenhower's 36 minutes, 390 to downtown, outbound 30. Stevenson, 42 minutes, 355 to Lakeshore Drive, but farther south, jam 126 to Weber, crash in the left lane. Ryan is 24 minutes, 95 to downtown. Bishop Ford, 25 minutes, 8094 to the merge. I'm Jim Talamonte in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center.
As flu season approaches, and it's here, you know how to protect yourself against colds and viruses, but do you know how to protect your computer network? Ransomware, viruses, hacks, intrusions can cripple your company's computer network, stopping business in an instant. Is your network safe and protected? Can your data be restored easily? If not, you need to make an appointment today with Turnkey IT. Turnkey IT provides frontline security for your network and its data. They're locally owned and operated. So if there is an email attachment opened in error or network intruder, Turnkey IT knows what to do, and they fix the situation. They will arm your network with cutting-edge antivirus, disaster recovery, and proactive monitoring software systems to stop virus outbreaks before they have a chance to spread. Over the phone or in person, Turnkey IT is your network safeguard against this season's worst bugs. See what a dose of Turnkey's proactive support can do for you. Visit turnkey.pro. That's turnkey.pro.
Warren Buffett's mentor, Benjamin Graham, said, "The essence of investment management is the management of risk, not returns." Hi, this is Joe Lopresti, president of Arlington Capital Management. I'm here to explain how we help manage our clients' exposure to risk. We're the creators of our proprietary proactive asset allocation strategy, known as PAS. It is designed to analyze important market trends and alert us to potential changes in the market. But that's only part of what I believe makes Arlington Capital Management unique. It's the care and personalized service we provide our clients that really defines us. We understand how important your financial goals are to you and your family, and we never take that responsibility lightly. It all starts by understanding the things that are most important to you. It's part of the Arlington Capital Management difference. To experience it for yourself, schedule your complimentary consultation by calling 855-471-5796. That's 855-471-5796, or visit arlington-capital.com.
If you're missing teeth or even a single tooth, dental implants are a fantastic way to regain your confidence, your smile, your dental health. Hi, it's Mike Gallagher. You hear a lot of people screaming at you about dental implants. Get it done in a day, or we can treat everybody, or hundreds of thousands of implants. Look, successful implants don't come from an implant factory. What you don't hear talked about is skill, treatment, and installation. These are what make for successful lifelong implants. And that's why you need to see Dr. Noruzzi at Fox River Periodontics. Dr. Noruzzi is the recommended choice of dentists that don't do implants. You need the experience, skill, and honesty that 24 years of dental implants brings.
This is Dr. Neruzzi. I personally guarantee your happiness with your implants.
Call Fox River Periodontics, 630-232-7400, 630-232-7400, or just remember, implantsforme.com, implantsforme.com.
Looking to secure financing on a new home or refinance your existing home? Then you need to call Team Hochberg. Supporting veterans is our passion. That's why we support Veteran Roasters, a Chicago coffee roaster that hires homeless and chronically unemployed veterans. If you'd like to help create jobs for homeless veterans, visit veteranroasters.com and purchase a 12-ounce bag of coffee roasted and ground by once homeless and unemployed veterans. The coffee's delicious, and the profits are reinvested in hiring additional homeless veterans. Use promo code Team Hochberg to save 50% off the second bag you purchase. If you're a veteran securing a VA loan and would like to work with a local lender who supports veterans, call Team Hochberg now at 312-751-1333 or visit am560david.com. Team Hochberg has helped thousands of AM560 listeners, but we can't help if you don't call 312-751-1333 or visit am560david.com. Pearl Mortgage, an equal housing lender, Illinois residential mortgage licensee 4358 and MLS 19186.
When the weather is chilly and cold, it's a great time to get out for some indoor fun for everyone. The Greater Chicago Coin, Currency, and Collectible Show is this month, this Thursday through Saturday, now at the Mega Center at Pheasant Run Resort in St. Charles. Coins and currency are full of history. Coins and currency are fun to look at. Coins and currency can be great investments and a great hobby, too. See one of the largest coin shows in the nation. Admission and parking is free. Just bring your photo ID. Hundreds of dealers, the best from all over the country. See displays valued at millions of dollars. U.S. and world paper money, gold and silver bullion, and a lot more. This is a show for the whole family. The Greater Chicago Coin, Currency, and Collectible Show is this month, this Thursday through Saturday, now at the new location, the Mega Center at Pheasant Run Resort in St. Charles. Admission and parking is free with your photo ID. Get more information at chicagocoinshow.com. chicagocoinshow.com.
As a small business owner, you're juggling it all, including customers' calls from your personal phone. But with Grasshopper, you get a business phone number and a business phone system from our mobile app, so you can work smarter, not harder. Grasshopper forwards calls, texts, even transcribes voicemails. Everything you need to simplify your business and stay responsive. With Grasshopper, there's no long-term contracts, and customer support is 24/7. Whether you're starting or growing your business, Grasshopper is the answer. Now get $20 off your first month when you visit grasshopper.com/radio.
Blue Star Medicated Ointment gets 5-star reviews from our loyal users for fast relief of the pain and itch of almost any skin irritation.
Blue Star soothes insect bites and fungal infections.
It really works on the summer rashes I get every year.
I had psoriasis on my elbows. Blue Star worked wonders.
Amazing stuff. Smear a bit on and the itch is gone.
Look for the white box with the Blue Star in the first aid section. Feel Blue Star work fast, or your money back.
If you have pain, listen up, Dennis Prager here. You don't need to live in pain. Let me repeat that. You don't have to live in pain. Chronic pain is the worst, whether it's from an accident or pain that just develops. So Chicagoland, you're in luck. Dr. Ken Candido is one of the nation's most respected and successful pain doctors. He's been voted one of Chicago's best pain doctors several times. Bottom line, he's the pain doctor you need. Dr. Candido of Chicago Anesthesia and Pain Specialists will help you get off pain medication
pain and all of its side effects. How? By finding the source of your chronic pain and fixing it.
This is Ken Candido of Chicago Anesthesia Pain Specialists. Let's make you pain-free.
Call Dr. Ken Candido and make an appointment with a cutting-edge, respected, and successful pain physician. Go to mypainchicago.com. That's mypainchicago.com. Thousands have been helped with their chronic pain, and you can be the next one. Get the phone number and all the info you need at mypainchicago.com.
Get ready. It's Auto Show Month. And to celebrate, you're going to see some of the best deals of the new year at Joe Cotton Ford. Joe Cotton Ford will get your engines revving with the largest selection of quality American-made Ford vehicles, including SUVs and trucks with all the features you want and need to navigate the snow and ice this Chicago winter. Ready for a different auto buying experience? At Joe Cotton Ford, you won't get the cold shoulder from a sales guy trying to hit a sales quota. What you will get is the white glove treatment without all the hype and pressure. And don't forget, every vehicle purchased comes with the Joe Cotton Advantage that goes above and beyond what the manufacturer offers. It'll help you save on maintenance, vehicle protection, and more. Be sure to ask about the Joe Cotton Advantage program when you come in. Get to Joe Cotton Ford and celebrate Auto Show Month with a new Ford car, truck, or SUV today. Gary and North Avenue in Carroll Stream or at joecottonford.com. joecottonford.com.
It is 5:57. Let's get an update on the morning roads in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center. Here's Jim.
Thanks, Mike. On the Edens outbound, it's stop and go. Devon to Pratt, crash. Cars on both shoulders. 21 minutes, Montrose to Lake Cook. Inbound fine at 19. On Kennedy, 22 minutes. O'Hare to downtown. Outbound 25. Laser from North Avenue to Demon. Crash in the right lane. On Eisenhower, heavy Manheim to Des Plaines Avenue with a reported crash. 36 minutes, 390 to downtown. Outbound 30. Northbound I-55 is jammed. 126 to Weber, crash in the left lane. And we're looking at 42 minutes, 355 to Lakeshore Drive. Ryan, 24 minutes, 95th to downtown. Express lane crash before 59th to the two right lanes. Traffic, service, Staples. Let Staples help you this tax season with everything you need for less. From storage boxes and filing supplies to software like QuickBooks and TurboTax. Right now, get up to $15 off when you buy TurboTax. Ends 2/17/18, excludes TurboTax Basic. Staples. It's Pro Time. Traffic answers when you need them most. I'm Jim Talamonte, AM 560, The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues after a full update from Fox News and your official Chicagoland weather forecast with our meteorologist, Kevin Snyder.
Today, clouds and sun, high 30, partly cloudy night, low 23. Tomorrow, clouds increase with a high 42, then low clouds with areas of fog at night, a low 35. Thursday, patchy morning fog with afternoon rain, high 42. I'm Kevin Snyder on AM 560, The Answer.
9 at O'Hare, 20 along the lakefront, 7 this morning in Aurora. Your next news update comes your way at 6 in the news, a service of Accountemps. Finding highly skilled accounting and finance pros can be a challenge. Accountemps can help with Accountemps' extensive network of accounting and finance contractors. You can be sure to find the right person for your exact hiring needs. Visit Accountemps.com to learn more. Accountemps, a Robert Half company. 5:59. Here are the stories we're following at this hour. 2 Chicago police officers are in stable condition following an apartment fire on Chicago's north side. Authorities investigating a deadly crash this morning involving a semi on the Stevenson Expressway on Chicago's southwest side. West Chicago high school teachers could be headed for a strike soon. Illinois House Speaker and State Democratic Party Chairman Michael Madigan forced to dump a long-time political aide. Bulls beat Orlando 105-101. Coyotes pound the slumping Blackhawks. More Dan and Amy coming up after Fox News. And WIND Chicago News Time is 6 o'clock.
This will be our last chance. I'm Dave Anthony. Fox News. President Trump tweeted that, adding, there will never be another opportunity to solve the DACA puzzle as senators debate the immigration issue in search of a compromise bill. Fox's Rachel Sutherland live in Washington.
Dave, Republican Senator Tom Cotton has introduced legislation based on President Trump's 4-pillar immigration plan.
We have a plan to pass a law. Others have a plan to pass a bill.
Senate Democratic leader Chuck Schumer says this is not the time to reform the entire immigration system.
Rather, this is the moment for a narrow bill and every ounce of our energy
is going into finding one that can pass.
Majority Leader Mitch McConnell has said whichever plan gets 60 votes wins. The Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals program expires March 5th. Dave.
Rachel, the president also tweeted, we have to fix our roads, bridges, tunnels, airports, and more.
This is a common sense and bipartisan plan that every member of Congress should support.
It's a $1.5 trillion infrastructure plan, but most of the funding would come on a local level with private investments.
The Trump infrastructure plan is like a Hollywood facade.
Democratic Senate Leader Chuck Schumer says it would lead to tolls across the country. Former National Security Advisor Susan Rice under scrutiny over an email she wrote to herself on the day President Trump was inaugurated, documenting a meeting she had with President Obama that law enforcement should investigate Russian campaign interference by the book. Republican Senator Lindsey Graham tells Fox.
And when you look at what happened, it was an abuse of power, not by the book. So this is really odd.
He wants Rice to answer questions about the email by next week. Another American snowboarder strikes gold at the Olympics.
Before taking to the half pipe today, Chloe Kim tweeted that she was hungry and angry. But that didn't stop the 17-year-old blowing away the rest of the field.
You know, it still hasn't really been processed yet.
Kim winning gold at her first Olympics.
Fox's Simon Owen in South Korea. Fox News, fair and balanced.
Our nation is deeply divided. Gone are the days when civil discourse bridged the gap between the two sides. If we'll ever find common ground, we must get beyond the talking points. AM 560, The Answer, is bringing together two of America's sharpest political minds from opposite sides of the aisle. To do just that, it's Beyond the Talking Points with Dan Proft and Donna Brazil on Thursday, March 22nd. Proft and Brazil will go head-to-head, tackling the big issues facing our nation. Tickets are on sale now at 560theanswer.com/beyond.
All money managers may seem pretty much the same. But while some money managers may recommend high commission investment products, Fisher Investments avoids them. Some money managers may have hidden and layered fees. Fisher Investments never does. And while some money managers are happy to earn commissions from you, whether you do well or not, Fisher Investments fees are structured so we do better when you do better. In other words, we're structured to be on your side. Maybe that's why most of our clients come to us from other money managers. Talk with us and find out why so many experienced investors are switching to and staying with Fisher Investments. Fisher Investments, clearly better money management. Investments in securities involve the risk of loss. Visit us at FisherInvestments.com to find out what we can do for you.
This hourly segment is brought to you by Mortgage Makeovers, a show walking you through stress-free mortgage options. Mortgage Makeovers, Sunday afternoons at 1 on AM 560, The Answer.
This is Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson on AM 560, The Answer.
Top of the morning, Dan and Amy. We're coming to you live from AM Woodland Outdoor Design in Mundelein.
Yeah, this place is awesome.
Yeah, this is part of our AM 560 Signature Bank Business Tour, the 2018 edition, up here in scenic Lake County. Gets you out in the hustings, Amy.
Yeah, this property sits on 18 acres, and it's fascinating because when you get out of your car, it smells the most amazing smell. Because living in the city, we smell car exhaust, and there's some. It's just gritty. And out here, it's you're at one with nature.
Sure.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Boy.
I got out of my car and I could just took it all in.
Wonderful testimony.
Took it all in.
To Lake County living.
Yeah.
That's very nice.
Chamber
of Commerce is going to be very happy to hear what you have to say about Mundelein. All right. The Obama official portraits for the National Portrait Gallery in Washington, D.C. unveiled yesterday. I'm sure you've seen them and would like to comment, and you could do that at 312-642-5600, turnkey.pro answer line, 64636DA, turnkey.pro text line.
Well, should we start with Barack Obama or Michelle Obama?
Well, I'll tell you, I'm a bit of an expert in this space, art history, so I'm going to let you offer the layman's opinion before I provide the expert analysis of these two offerings.
All right, well, let's start with President Obama.
Gorgeous.
What? No, he had to say, they decided which artist is going to draw which portrait. And President Obama was with, I don't even know what the artist's name is that he was with. Do you have that information in front of you, who the artist is?
Please continue.
Okay, well, it's a picture of him sitting in a chair with his hands folded. He's wearing a suit without a tie, and it looks like he's in outfield at Wrigley Field. He's with the Vines, okay? Now, this is a Sox fan, keep in mind, but Cubs fans are not happy this morning because he looks like he's in the outfield. But the artist was capturing his grandpa's or his dad's birth in Kenya, Hawaii, and Illinois. That was the theme, to capture all the places that he is from.
And
And
the artist is Kehinde Wiley, who's known for portraying African-American men wearing contemporary clothes and posing in the heroic stance of old masters' artworks. The artist behind the First Lady's portrait, Michelle Obama, is Amy Sherrill, a Baltimore painter, who typically paints life-size portraits of black Americans, but she paints them with gray skin as a way to, quote, subversively comment about race without feeling as though I'm excluding the viewer. I want you to let that wash over you.
Let me process that.
Please.
Well, here's President Obama talking about, things that he wanted changed on his portrait.
I tried to negotiate less gray hair. And Kehinde's artistic integrity would not allow him to do what I asked. I tried to negotiate smaller ears. Struck out on that as well.
Guy's a riot.
All his friends are there too.
Oh,
David Axelrod.
Boy,
and all his buddies in the audience.
That's
it's all right.
Yeah, I was a little perplexed by the portrait.
By the greenery, by the shrubs.
Particularly the context as it was placed on so many tweets of portraits of presidents of the, I don't know, last 200 years.
Well, they broke with tradition. They did that on purpose.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
And Michelle Obama's, our former First Lady's, hers was a fashion-forward piece.
Well, just the one,
because of
what
what she's wearing.
One point on Barack Obama's portrait. I found a little disconcerting because I recall, maybe some people don't, I listened to what Jesse Jackson Sr. has to say. And I recall his 2000 DNC convention speech where he demanded America.
I say, America, stay out the bushes.
And Barack Obama is in the bushes in this piece.
He's in the ivy at Wrigley Field.
Well,
I'm telling you. You don't see that? And then there's some Hawaiian flowers in there. I don't know where the Kenyan influence is.
You know
I can't find it yet in the portrait. Can you?
I actually like, no, it doesn't. I haven't been to Nairobi recently, but no, I don't know. I will tell you this. I liked the artist Kehinde Wiley's suit.
Oh, yeah, it was like a zoot suit.
Better than I like the portrait. I got to say.
I think he borrowed that from Steve Harvey.
The portrait is odd. I think my favorite internet meme was Homer Simpson appearing and then receding back into the ivy.
That's funny.
So yeah.
Okay.
No, it's great. I can't wait to go to the National Portrait Gallery in D.C. to give both portraits closer inspection. Now, Michelle Obama's, you want to comment on that?
Well, because she's gorgeous.
Ravishing.
No, I honestly.
Stunning.
She looked beautiful.
Oh.
Yesterday up on stage. And
oh, my goodness. Breathtaking.
And Amy, the artist, paints with grayscale so that you can't, as you mentioned, you can't see color. And Michelle Obama said she wanted all girls of all races to look up to her and not see color, but see Michelle Obama, a beautiful woman. Need I say a hot woman?
Amy, I want to thank you for so spectacularly capturing the grace and beauty and intelligence and charm and hotness
that is a laugh line.
Of the woman that I love.
They were laughing. It's by definition, it's a laugh line. People are laughing.
Do you hear a guy say that his woman or his wife is hot? Especially from a president, like, my wife's hot. But I've always thought, and I've always maintained that Michelle Obama is gorgeous.
No, there's no question. What'd you put her weight at? What'd you peg her weight at?
Well, probably, 2 bills.
2 bills, yeah.
Well, she's tall and big boned.
Yeah, she's like 6'8"?
No,
How
she's
tall is she?
taller than me. She's, I think, 6'1", and then.
Oh yeah.
But she's,
Yeah.
I weigh a
No!
lot. I mean, well, now that I'm on Calitrin, I don't weigh that much. But I mean, just.
Well, of course. Yeah,
Stunning.
you're finally slimming down. Yeah, Michelle is. Yeah, I mean.
312-642-5600 is our turnkey.pro answer line. 64636-DA. Then a quick comment. I mean, who did you think Michelle Obama? I thought I saw a little Kerry Washington.
Yeah, no, I like the portrait because it looked like Kerry Washington. That's who I thought it was. I didn't know Kerry Washington was married to Barack Obama, but.
Well, you said Lena Horne.
Well,
too.
that was being generous. Lena Horne
is gorgeous.
That's a good looking woman, but Michelle Obama.
I think Michelle Obama's hot. Does anybody here think Michelle Obama's good looking?
Oh,
thank you. I've one.
Oh, yeah.
Who's nodding.
Of course.
Typically in agreement with me.
Yes. Yeah. The nature of the portraits themselves, not exactly Titian. In their
words are hard.
Titian.
Oh yeah. Oh, sorry.
The artist.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. This is right.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
You'll have to excuse me, Professor.
Well, I didn't want to go too deep into art history with you, but the Michelle Obama.
Wow.
Yeah. And Obama in the Ivy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Sitting in a chair.
Maybe
His feet floating on Ivy from.
Maybe people just don't care. I suppose. I mean, other than to have a little.
Well,
make
normally
some fun of them on Twitter and social media, but.
Well, past presidents, they have them in more traditional settings, obviously.
Yeah,
and
looking
not in the bush.
looking like presidential.
Yeah, because that's they're
like
presidents.
Looking like the leader of a free world.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
But again, they wanted. I mean, I look at Richard Nixon's, Harry S. Truman's. They're all very professionally done.
Yeah.
And the Bushes, H.W. and W. Bush. So I mean, they really went out on a limb here to be different and to be radical.
Yeah. Definitely break. from
Woodrow
the
Wilson
past.
wasn't sitting in a chair in Wrigley Field.
No, Woodrow Wilson probably burning a cross, the anti-Semitic scumbag that he was.
Yes.
So yeah, Boy, I don't know. I don't know if this is art forward or not. Michelle Obama, by the way, the artist may want to downplay race. Michelle Obama didn't. Because she doesn't do that. She said that she thinks about all of the girls of color who will see this at the National Gallery for the epochs to come. So, yeah, Michelle Obama not downplaying race. No, because they don't do that. They don't downplay race. Text from 312. What about Michelle Obama playing the divisive race card every chance she gets? First thing she said after the unveiling was that I think all of the girls of color out there first. Has anyone ever...
Uh-oh. Just uh-oh.
Text
He's
from...
reading it before he says it,
Text,
which means it's good.
I'm glad I caught myself. Text from 708. That's a man, baby.
That's so
I know.
sweet.
President Obama was a man.
Yes, thank you. That's what I'm saying.
Let's see. Hearing Obama's voice is like nails on a chalkboard, just waiting for a lecture from father. She's the best-looking NBA basketball coach of the Eastern Conference. Steve on 88. Well, I think that it's a compliment. Best-looking. Best-looking. You got to just where you place the emphasis. Dan and Amy coming to you live from AM Woodland Outdoor Design in Mundelein.
This is the morning show more Chicago radio listeners are choosing. This is Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
Oh, a lot going on. Today is Mardi Gras. Yes, and the eve of Valentine's Day. We're going to have chilly conditions, a blend of sun and clouds, a high of 30 degrees. Tonight, partly cloudy, a low of 25. And for tomorrow, Valentine's Day, clouds, but it will be mild, pretty warm around here, a high of 43 degrees. Let's get into the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center. Here is Jim Telemonte.
Thanks, Amy and Dan. Eastbound I-80. We're seeing delays from Larkin to Richards. The crash on the shoulder. Eden's inbound. 22 minutes. Lake Hook Junction outbound 26. Crash at Pratt blocking the shoulder. Kennedy, 25 minutes. O'Hare to downtown outbound 26 after a crash at Fullerton. On Eisenhower. Bottled up Wolf to Des Plaines Avenue where a crash is reported. 42 minutes. 390 to downtown outbound 31. Northbound I-55 is a solid mess. Lockport Road to Weber. Crash with injuries to the left lane, and the Stevenson runs 48 minutes, 355 to Lakeshore Drive, outbound 50. It's another crash. First Avenue there, the right lane is blocked. Lyon 27 minutes, 95th to the Loop, I-57, 17 minutes, I-80 to the merge, Bishop Ford 35. Delay starting at 130th. I'm Jim Talamonte in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center.
Did you know that studies have shown that we need over 10 servings of fruits and veggies every single day? If you're like me, it's hard to find the time and money to prepare and eat all of those fruits and vegetables. Who can do that? Yet we know that proper nutrition can prevent health problems, give us energy, and help us heal faster. Balance of Nature has spent over 20 years researching and delivering solutions to this problem. We can ensure that you consume over 30 different fruits and veggies every single day. Our capsules are filled with 100% real whole foods. There isn't a single thing added to Balance of Nature products. They're pure. We spent an incredible amount of time on the quality of our products. We do this for you. We do it for our own families. Give yourself a break and give your body what it needs. Call now to receive 35% off your first Balance of Nature order. Call 1-800-2468-751 or go online to balanceofnature.com. Use promo code CHICAGO.
Signature Bank is Chicago's fastest growing independently owned business bank. It's a bank where relationships still matter. Signature Bank knows your name and your story. I'm Dan Proft, and I know this because Signature Bank is my business bank.
I'm Bob Ament, a founding partner of the law firm of Dassman and Ament and longtime personal customer of Signature Bank. Our firm recently left one of the larger banks to bank with Signature Bank, and it's been a refreshing change. With Signature Bank, we've been able to tailor banking solutions that fit the specific needs of our firm. Beyond that, Signature Bank is responsive, efficient, and timely in meeting those needs. If I have a request, I pick up the phone and talk to Mick O'Rourke, not someone at a phone bank thousands of miles away. Dassman and Ament needed more than what the larger banks offer, and we found that with Signature Bank.
Signature Bank is looking for their next success story. To learn more about turning your business vision into reality, visit signaturebank.bank. Signature Bank, helping local businesses succeed. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Want to know the secret that all those flipping houses gurus won't tell you? Flipping multi-unit properties is easier and more profitable than flipping single-family homes. With over 17 years of experience, we here at RE Mentor will show you the art of buying and selling multi-unit properties. Come spend the afternoon or evening with our team of experts, and we'll show you how to put $10,000 to $30,000 in your pocket over the next 90 days. This 2-hour class will teach you the art of the multi-unit flip and long-term hold. You'll learn how to buy, hold, and sell multi-unit properties with no money down, no credit, and no risk. You risk nothing but have everything to gain. This intensive 2-hour real estate class is coming to the Chicago area soon. Call 800-559-1577 to secure your seat. This seminar is free to the first 30 people that call. Change your life now and learn the art of the multi-unit flip or long-term hold. Call 800-559-1577. That's 800-559-1577.
AM 560. The Answer.
Dan and Amy, how about this? A little bit of the softer side of President Trump, the more generous side that we've heard about. Doesn't get covered very much. The story of Donald Bouvette.
Bouvette?
Hey. Don't make fun of people's last names.
I'm not. I'm just pronouncing it correctly.
Yes, Donald Bouvette and his son Shane. Shane worked on Trump's presidential campaign. And, hear Trump tell the story before we hear from Donald Bouvette.
Shane Bouvet was a big supporter. He worked hard for the campaign, ran into great difficulty, but he wanted to go to the inauguration, and he, through everything he had, he spent his last dime to get to the inauguration. I read a story about it. Happened to be in the Washington Post, surprisingly, but I read a story about it. And it was a very inspiring story, how he literally I mean, every single penny he spent to be able to be at the inauguration. And I met him. I said, I'd like to meet him. Nice young man, had a lot of difficulty. And I gave him some money for himself, $10,000. His father, Donald, good name, was suffering and really on a pretty final path toward losing his life with cancer. Shane took the $10,000 and rather than spending it on himself, he gave it to his father. And his father went to a very good cancer clinic or hospital because he was at hospitals before and they didn't do so well. It was a bad result. And they did a fantastic job, and Donald is now cancer-free.
And so Donald Bouvet was with Donald Trump at the White House, and he told the story from his perspective. He had a dire diagnosis of bladder cancer that he beat.
I didn't have the money to go, and he came home and said, well, first I talked to Mr. Trump President Trump on the phone, and I couldn't believe it because he told me I had a cool name first, too. And I said, so do you, sir. And he said he's going to take care of it. And he wrote my son a $10,000 check for him in his name. And when he got home, he said, Dad, I want to give you this check. And I said, he gave that to you. And he said, no, he gave it to me, but then I'm giving it to you.
And so Mr. Bouvet then had this to say to the president.
I've always told Shane and everybody I've talked to, no matter who it was, one day I wanted to come here or meet you somewhere, shake your hand, look you in the eye, and say thank you for saving my life. And I thank you. Bottom of my heart.
Well, that's just a nice moment. Obviously, Trump didn't know about Shane's father's condition.
Right.
And then, Shane also did the selfless thing to help his dad, which is why the story is great. But it just reminds you that people are complicated and three-dimensional, and they can be boorish and in one setting at one time, and they can be, human beings and kind and generous and considerate of others other times. So the cartoonish characters sometimes we make of politicians is sometimes it's fair and sometimes it's unfair.
And another thing that President Trump did that received zero media attention, and the only reason I found out about it is because I went to West Palm Beach for a wedding, and we were situated right next to Mar-a-Lago. And
was this with Edward James Olmos?
No, it was not. Thank you. It was a wedding that I was invited to at the Breakers Hotel. Very nice, beautiful wedding.
Oh, sure.
It was very upper crust.
Very chic, yeah.
But this lady said to me, "Why doesn't anybody talk about what President Trump did?" It was during the Christmas break, and he was driving to Mar-a-Lago, and he saw some people that had Trump signs. There was about 30 of them, and a white van came behind the motorcade, put them all in a white van and said, "Do you guys want to go have lunch with the president right now?" And they're like, "Sure." So they went through screening at Mar-a-Lago with Secret Service, checked, and President Trump bought them all lunch.
Yeah,
I mean, it was so cool because there's local people that are there all the time when he lands and when he drives from the airport in his motorcade to Mar-a-Lago. And he said thank you to them. They spent 2 hours together.
It's interesting. I think he, as much as he's self-involved and egomaniacal, like most politicians are, there's also something about him, it seems to me, like he actually likes kind of, being around people, hanging around people, talking to people. It seemed to me during the campaign that he was always having a ton of fun at his rallies and campaign events. So there is something there, and there's other stories and stories I've heard that I've repeated here from people that know him and know him down in Florida. Some of the kind of quiet acts of kindness that he has done for others, and so it's not going to persuade people that think he's Hitler, which is just silliness. Yeah. But it just provides a little bit of layering on. It's like the same. I don't know why we can't admit certain things in politics. When you talk about Barack Obama, I despised his politics. And I think he's a flim-flam man and an intellectual lightweight. But I also think, from everything I understand, including people that are very close to him, that he's a good husband and a good father. So why can't we concede points that are true? It doesn't mean I want him to be the leader of the free world, but
just say it. And his wife is hot. Just admit it, Dan.
I mean, stunning, ravishing,
gorgeous,
en fuego. Michelle Obama. Tony on the South Side.
Hey, good morning, Dan and Amy. How you kids doing over there?
Good morning over there.
All right, listen. What's going on here? I thought specifically it was Joe Biden that was going to cure cancer, not Donald Trump. I'm confused now. What's going on? Help me out with this.
Yeah.
Love you guys. Have a good one.
Thanks, Tony.
Thanks.
Steve in Hinsdale. You're on Chicago's Morning Answer.
Yeah, I thought President Trump also forewent his salary and just has given it all away. I mean, that's fairly generous. I don't know many people that just don't take a salary. And isn't he the only president to date that has really done that? So I think he's extremely benevolent, and that's a wonderful thing. Thanks. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Thanks.
Legally, can he give away or not accept a salary?
I think what
I thought there was some law
yeah, but
in
I
place.
think what he does is he designates
money to certain charities.
Right. He just distributes it to various charities.
Governor Rauner doesn't take a salary, right?
Right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's great. I mean, it's fine. That's a nice sentiment, nice act. I mean, for Trump, that's $400,000. Not a lot of people turned out $400,000. I mean, you would, being independently wealthy, but most people wouldn't.
I mean, I don't know what to do with all the cash.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's just, it's just one of those things, like sometimes you just kind of want to get past the politician to the human being and tell a story about them being a human being. So I just thought that was an interesting story. And also it was nice because it was also this kid, Shane Bouvet, taking the money that he got after, scraping together everything he could to go to the inauguration for the candidate he worked for in the presidential campaign. And then, he pays it forward for his dad. So there's kind of layers to it. So I thought it was a nice story. And you know how much I like telling nice stories.
Oh, yeah. You live for that.
It's my forte.
It's just
that's how
warm
I'm known.
and fuzzy because it's the eve of Valentine's Day.
That's how I'm known in the community. Dan and Amy coming to you live from AM Woodland Outdoor Design, part of our AM 560 Signature Bank Business Tour 2018.
Listen to Dan and Amy on your smartphone. Download the AM 560 mobile app today at 560theanswer.com/mobile.
There's still time to make and keep that New Year's resolution to get your space organized. If you're tired of trying to find tools or equipment you know you have, then you need StoreLock. It's the best tool cabinet and modular system you'll ever buy. This is the year to finally get your garage or your business efficient and looking fantastic. Each StoreLock storage system includes custom dividers, liners, and layouts. And these systems are tough. Each drawer holds up to 400 pounds. They're made exact to order in the size and color you want and ships fully assembled. All StoreLock products are 100% USA made too, right here in Kankakee, Illinois, and have a 55-year unconditional guarantee. So get organized now. Visit StoreLock.com. That's STORLOC.com. See StoreLock in person. Click the events tab on StoreLock.com to find a trade show near you. That's StoreLock.com.
AM 560, The Answer.
Dan and Amy coming to you live from AM Woodland Outdoor Design in Mundelein. And coming up, bisexual polyamorous goose love triangle ends in tragedy. You want to stay tuned for that.
I have been wondering what that was for 24 hours now.
You're going to hear the story of a polyamorous bisexual goose named Thomas. But first, at 6:36, Republican wants Republicans to lose Congress. We'll discuss Tom Nichols' op-ed in the USA Today.
Yep, but first now let's check in with news from here at home and around the world. Here is Mike Scott.
12 degrees. President Trump challenging Democrats to come to the table and negotiate a DACA deal, the Obama-era policy that is expiring that protected the Dreamers.
We want really tremendous border security, but we have to have Democrat support for DACA.
At the White House yesterday, the president insisting on more money for border security and wonders whether Democrats are really serious about solving the DACA problem. U.S. women's ice hockey team playing its second game of the Olympic hockey tournament this morning. Americans are on the ice with the Olympic athletes from Russia. The U.S. skated to a 3-1 win over Finland in its preliminary round game, while the Russians were shut out by four-time defending champ Canada in their first game, 5-0. Trump administration's $20 billion NASA budget, shifting the agency's focus toward lunar exploration. The request would fund continued development of heavy-lift rockets and construction of a small space station orbiting the moon, possibly by 2020. New York City's Chelsea bomber faces sentencing today following a 2016 pressure cooker blast conviction. That blast injured 30. Ahmed Rahimi faces multiple life terms following his conviction last year. Prosecutors say the Afghan-born Jersey City man has shown no remorse and has been actively trying to radicalize jail inmates. 2 Chicago police officers are in stable condition following an apartment fire on Chicago's north side near Grace and Fremont. Authorities investigating a deadly crash involving a semi. It happened on the Stevenson Expressway on Chicago's southwest side. 1 person was killed, 3 others hurt. West Chicago high school teachers could be headed for a strike soon. The Daily Herald reporting teachers and the school board could not reach a contract agreement after more than 4 hours of talks last night. Both sides plan to be back at the bargaining table on Thursday. Illinois House Speaker Mike Madigan has been forced to dismiss a longtime political aide after an investigation found he sent inappropriate text messages to a colleague. Chicago sports. Zach LaVine, the tie-breaking dunk in the closing seconds. Bulls beat the Magic 105-101. The Coyotes, among the worst teams in the NHL, beat the Blackhawks last night 6-1. The news a service of Accountemps. Finding highly skilled accounting and finance pros can be a challenge. Accountemps can help. With Accountemps' extensive network of accounting and finance contractors, you can be sure to find the right person for your exact hiring needs. Visit Accountemps.com to learn more. Accountemps, a Robert Half company. Our time is 6:33. A check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
Dennis Prager believes kids should take a year before going to college.
I have advocated to parents that they not send their child to college right after high school. The ideal is to work for a year, especially as a waiter or waitress. I think that it has a built-in conservatism because reality is conservative.
The Dennis Prager Show, weekdays at 11, right before Sean Hannity at 2 on AM 560. The Answer.
Shoot Point Blank is Chicago's leading shooting range and firearms store. Featuring 20 climate-controlled shooting lanes, complete retail store, and firearm education classes for all experience levels. Whether you're a new or expert shooter, now you can experience the Shoot Point Blank difference and see for yourself why so many people are talking about Shoot Point Blank.
I can tell you, I was impressed as soon as I walked through the door. The employees were really helpful, very patient, and knowledgeable, too.
My wife and I had a wonderful experience. We felt very comfortable and informed.
Brett was very friendly and respectful, and he answered all my questions. Because I'm new to pistols, I'm grateful he was patient and helped me decide what to buy for my new firearm.
For a huge selection of new and used firearms, ammo, and state-of-the-art indoor shooting range, visit them in Hodgkins, Mokina, Naperville, or Merrillville. Or check out shootpointblank.com. Experience the difference. Shoot Point Blank.
It is 6:35. Let's get an update on the roads in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center. Here's Jim Talamonte.
Thanks, Mike. Northbound I-55 is a solid mess. US 30 to Weber Road. There's a crash blocking 2 left lanes. We're told it's icy in that area. There are also several spinouts. In addition, farther north, Stevenson still pretty heavy from Harlem to Kedzie. It is 58 minutes, 3:55 to Lakeshore Drive. Outbound 54 after a crash at First Avenue. Edens runs 31 minutes now from Lake Cook Junction, outbound 21. Kennedy, 33 minutes, O'Hare to downtown, 15 from Montrose, 12 in the Express, outbound 29 to O'Hare. On Eisenhower, Stillwolf past Harlem, 44 minutes, 390 to downtown, outbound 34. Ryan, 30 minutes, 95th to the Loop. I-57, 17 minutes, I-80 to the Merge, Bishop Ford, 35. Eastbound I-80, stop and go Larkin to Richards, crash on the shoulder, traffic service to Staples. Staples has low prices, the organizational solutions your business needs. Clear the clutter and focus on the job at hand this year, like banker's boxes, file folders, and storage bins. Less mess equals more success. Visit Staples.com for more. Staples, it's pro time. Traffic answers when you need them most. I'm Jim Talamonte, AM 560, The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast. Chilly day ahead, clouds and sun. High near 30, partly cloudy and 25 overnight. Increasing clouds, a little milder day ahead tomorrow, high 43. Currently, we have 11 above. Next news at 7. And Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next on AM 560, The Answer.
See the nation's largest auto show at McCormick Place now through the 19th. Log on to ChicagoAutoShow.com for details and download the official Auto Show app.
You want more than just the headlines? Find out what's going on and what it means with me, Dennis Prager, this morning at 11, right here on AM 560, The Answer.
Good morning, Dan and Amy. We're coming to you live from AM Woodland Outdoor Design in Mundelein, part of our AM 560 Signature Bank Business Tour, the 2018 installment.
And this is a fascinating. They have a beehive on property, on location. We're going to have you check out the beehive at 7:37 this morning.
I like fresh honey.
Yeah.
Go on, put it on my punchki.
Punchki. Oh yeah, happy Fat Tuesday. What are you giving up for Lent, by the way?
I haven't decided yet.
Well, because the
Ash
Cardinal
Wednesday's tomorrow?
Supich, well, he wanted everybody to celebrate a Valentine's Day today rather than tomorrow, because tomorrow's Ash Wednesday, the beginning of Lent. So he said, do what you need to do tonight, whatever that means. And then tomorrow, get serious about the God Squad and give up something for Lent.
Yeah.
What do you think? What have you given up in years past for Lent?
Alcohol.
Oh,
done that.
That's nice.
Yeah, get the shakes about day 7, but I power through.
My sister's given up chocolate because she's Catholic. I'm not Catholic.
Also, you do it the other way too. You do it to positively. I'm going to do something I haven't been doing, like
what?
I don't know.
Do you have people over at your house?
Being nice to other people. I mean, I'll try it for a few days. Yeah, I don't know.
You're not feeling it this
Ride
year?
a divvy.
Ride a divvy.
In
the snow.
Yeah. Something like that.
Divvy. I rode
divvy
a divvy one time. I'm never going to ride a divvy.
Eco-friendly. Make Bobby De Niro happy. He's very worried about climate change. I don't know. I mean, you're the cult that you're a congregant
Excuse
of.
me?
They don't celebrate Lent.
Yeah,
do you?
we do.
What do you do? Do you like a Black Lives Matter rally or something?
Stop.
What do you do?
No, they will. There's 3 services tomorrow, and then you can go and get your ashes, starting at 7 to 7:30, then again at noon, and then at 5.
Do you have to take your pea hat off when you go up to get your ashes at the cult you go to?
Will you stop it? No, I don't have to.
You don't have to take the pea hat off.
No, I don't wear a pea hat. Thank you. Okay.
Very good.
But I'll think of something for tomorrow to give up for Lent.
So you haven't made a decision either?
Well, I was thinking I got to stop swearing.
Yeah, particularly on air. I'm glad that talk with management.
Oh yeah, no, I've never had a talk with management, but I'm saying when I manage my own house and I've got 2 boys that watch a lot of YouTube, and they're swearing so much this year as opposed to last year. It's a real big difference once they turn into teenagers.
Yeah.
Because think about it, I have a 14-year-old and a 13-year-old right now in my house. Very scary stuff, boys. And they swear a lot. So I would like to stop swearing because when
so-
they swear,
so-
then I swear, and it's just not good.
I see.
Mhm.
So you mimic your teenage boys, basically. Whatever they do, you're going to do. Maybe that's what you should give up. Maybe make it bigger than swearing. Stop playing follow the leader with your teenage boys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Larry and Bartlett, you're on Chicago's Morning Answer.
Hey, good morning, Dan. I think for Lent, what would be perfect, you can give up pretending to be a Cubs fan.
I
He's
pretend to be
never
a Cubs fan.
pretended to be a Cubs
I
fan.
despise the Cubs.
Yeah, but he said nice things about the Cubs. Maybe you just don't have to do it and hurt yourself anymore.
Oh, that's true. Thanks for the call. I mean, I am going to miss Jake Arrieta.
Yeah,
because he's conservative.
Because Darvish is going to take
Well,
over
'cause
where
he's
he
a
left
conservative.
off. Oh yeah, he is a conservative. He moved out, by the way. He lived on Hutchinson Street, right by about 3 blocks away from Wrigley Field, and he was gone. Said goodbye to his liberal neighbors.
Yeah.
In liberal Chicago.
Thanks for that stalking update. Here's the other thing about going back to that Obama portrait.
Yeah. Where he looks like he's at Wrigley Field.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Yeah.
better. At least they didn't sully Comiskey Park, or as he would say, Kaminsky Field,
Mhm.
with any reference to him being a Sox fan, like wearing a Sox cap.
With the mom jeans on. And
Yeah,
throwing out the
that
frisbee.
actually that should have been the portrait.
should have been,
It should have been the mom jeans on the girl's bike with the helmet. That's what it should have been.
That would have been
I
good.
don't know why I didn't think of that. That's exactly what the
that's
portrait
exactly-
should have been.
yeah.
That would have been non-traditional.
That would
That would have been a
outside
break from the
box.
past.
Yes, breaking with tradition in a huge way.
We'll take your calls and suggestions for. I mean, maybe they can have a do-over or a
do-over?
second portrait.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to limit yourself to one portrait necessarily.
I just
The
can't believe that
National
that's what they
Gallery can make
chose.
room for another portrait. They got the
Yeah.
space.
Mhm.
What should Obama's portrait be? Barack's, please. We understand Michelle should be her playing center for the New York Knicks. We got that.
Stop it.
That's not the. I'm talking about the president. President
She's
Obama.
gorgeous.
Stunning. Lovely.
She is strikingly gorgeous. And have you,
Maxim Hot 100.
Have you seen her in person? Have you spent any time with her? Because I have.
It's
and
like
she
looking into
is-
the sun.
It's gorgeous.
It burns my corneas.
Oh, I love her smile and.
Oh,
her
it lights up her room. Are you crazy? It's infectious. Legionnaires.
Oh my God.
All right, I want to get to this op-ed.
Yes.
Uh,
Is this about the goose named Tom or something?
No, we'll talk about the bisexual polyamorous goose named Thomas and his tragic death. We will
Okay.
get to that. I know.
Been chomping at the bit.
I wonder how many residential college dormitories will be named after Thomas. All right, so here's this piece from Tom Nichols. Tom Nichols is a professor at the Navy War College.
Mhm.
He is a Republican, and he writes in USA Today that he is a Republican who wants Republicans to lose control of Congress in 2018.
Why?
My party needs to be fumigated, writes Tom Nichols, who also contributes at the Federalist. One day will be needed to recreate the GOP as a center-right party rather than a vehicle for inane populist keggers. For now, I hope Democrats win Congress in 2018. Republicans once believed in limited government, fiscal restraint, support for the defense and national security establishments, family values, and a strong American role in maintaining global order. More than that, we were the party that believed in logic and prudence over emotion. Our hearts were perhaps too cold, but never bleeding. Today's Republicans, however, are a party of bellowing drama queens who, as elected representatives, blow up spending caps, bust the deficit, and attack America's law enforcement and national security agencies as dangerous conspirators. Their leader expects banana republic parades, coddles the Kremlin, protects violent men in positions of responsibility, and overlooks child molestation. The rank-and-file GOP members who once claimed that liberals were creating a tyrannical monarchy in the Oval Office now applaud the expansion of the presidency into a gigantic cult of personality. So am I still a Republican? I get asked that question a lot, coming out as a never Trump Republican during the 2016 campaign. Okay, so that provides some context.
Yeah.
But he goes on to say that I'm a conservative who joined the GOP in 1978. I worked for a Republican in the Senate. I was still voting for Mitt Romney. I wanted to make the make gains in Congress in 2014. I may have been disgusted by the behavior of some Republican voters, but I was still attached to the Republican Party. As the likelihood of a Trump victory grew, I felt even more strongly attached to the Republicans because I wanted to prevent my party from being hijacked by a callous and vulgar lifelong Democrat for whom party politics were just an extension of his own strange emotional needs and who cared nothing for conservative ideas or values. He goes on and on. Many of the Trump voters actually voted for Barack Obama. If these Obama to Trump voters are Republicans, then the term has no meaning at all. I've argued that these voters are better understood. Here's the money line. These voters better understood not as Republicans, but more generally as white welfare status whose party affiliation is up for bids every 4 years. Populism looks powerful from the outside, but it rarely succeeds in holding power. It's not a belief, but a reflex, one that fades away once the hard work of governing looms. It's a great vessel for expressing anger. It's not very good at keeping the lights on and delivering the mail. 312-642-5600, turnkey.pro answer line. 64636DA, turnkey.pro text line. Even if you disagree with Nichols' assessment of Trump, as he is a never-Trumper.
Never-Trumper, yeah, keep that in mind.
No question. His concern about populism, his concern about cult of personality over policy, his concern about expressing anger over governing, are those legitimate concerns? Would you go so far as to say that you would want the Democrats to take control of Congress in 2018 so the party can have a bit of a cleansing or a purge?
To have a reset, so to speak?
Yes.
I'm not willing to go that far. Are you?
No, I am not. This is, speaking of expressing anger, Tom Nichols is kind of guilty of what he's chiding others about. So here's the thing about what he says, and this is not, the reason this is an interesting piece is because I think Nichols is a conservative. I don't agree with his assessments of, kind of holding intelligence agencies, law enforcement agencies accountable is not vilifying them. And not vilifying them from the top to the bottom. How many times have we talked about all of the investigations involving the FBI, involving the Department of Justice, the FISA courts? This is about senior leadership level. How many former FBI agents have we spoken with to, unfortunately, that undermine Tom Nichols' case, who express concern, if not outrage, over the decision-making of senior leadership at the agency they love and they worked at for their entire professional lives, and they can't make what happened under Comey and the decisions of Comey make sense. That's accountability. That's not vilification. And so he's a little bit hysterical in his piece. Giving control of Congress to the Democrats would not engender the purge that he's looking for either. It's much better advice was offered by Bobby Jindal, the former governor of Louisiana, the other week in the Wall Street Journal we talked about, where it is to take the populist angst of the Trump voter and to build upon that, to incorporate it and build upon it and channel it to constructive policy ends within the Republican Party to make the Republican Party a conservative reform party. Now, this piece comes on the heels of Republicans blowing through those sequestration spending caps, and I agree with him. I wrote an op-ed about it this week, that it was a terrible decision, and it's more evidence of kind of the cut me in, cut it out, spread the spoils of war to my friends mentality that persists among the ruling class in D.C. and in places like Illinois, too. So I get what he's saying, but his analysis is a bit flawed and a bit hyperbolic, and his prescription is counterproductive. Michael, on the north side, you're in Chicago.
Hi, yes. How are you guys? So I have to agree with him on, part of it, even though he's a never-Trumper, which I find and being that Trump is the biggest neutralizer in political history. But you're talking about a party that's fundamentally bankrupt at this point. They have pandered to the left for votes. They have learned how to work the system, and they use minority groups at this point to just get votes. And it's a shame because conservatism is a dying era, and we need it. We just
Wait.
Today's
Michael, hold on a second. So, wait, you're saying the Republican Party uses minorities to get votes? Explain.
I feel like they're taking a page out of the Democratic Party and pandering to groups to basically be like the Democrats with a conservative edge to it. I feel like there's a role reversal right now going on,
So you
especially
think
in big cities like Chicago, San Francisco, New York, where we're trying to hold the base where we can't.
So when
Chicago,
Nichols
Chicago, for example.
so when Nichols says that we basically have pandering to white welfare status whose vote is up for grab every 4 years, you agree with that?
I kind of do, but not on the level that he's approaching it. He's obviously very upset. He's in his feelings about it. But I do think that in major cities, it is happening. I see it every day. You know, I'm in construction, but I work for a government entity, and I see it in the way that our unions pander. I see the way that the politicians use that to pay for play. I mean, it's slowly but surely happening, but people are ignoring it, and I think he makes a very valid point that you see it, but people are ignoring it. And I think
Thanks for the call, Michael. I think he's, ironically, much like Trump, I think he's directionally right about that. He's essentially pointing to the problem of people being bribed with their own money and buying into the kleptocracy, which is don't end the corruption, just cut me in. And so I think there's something to that. Tom in Deer Park.
I tend to agree with them, and I'll always go back to what occurred during the Republican presidential primary in 2016, where we had about 15 or 16 very qualified candidates. And through the wisdom of the Republican primary system, they allowed Donald Trump to be the victor, in my opinion, my words, the hijacking of the Republican Party. So we've had that destruction from within, and I'm not seeing a lot of leadership in Congress. Yeah, we're getting some policies done, but back to the voters, I saw the Roy Moore debacle, and Dan, I'm a guy, I have my own views throughout my life. I'm in my mid-50s, but you're talking to a guy that worked for Barry Goldwater when he was 2 years old. I wasn't even of the age of reason. I could barely talk, and that's in the city of Chicago. So I've never missed an election in my life, but I've never been so disappointed in the Republican Party at this point.
All right, thanks for the call, Tom. Dan and Amy coming to you live from AM Woodland in Mundelein, part of our AM 560 Signature Bank Business Tour.
It's what Chicago is talking about. It's Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy on AM 560. The Answer.
I'm Bob Agnew in for Lou Dobbs. The latest economic reports, gunmaker Remington points to bankruptcy court. Those next.
You like freedom? I do. You like money? Well, I do too. If you like freedom and money, then you're going to love Freedom Checks. You see, over the next few months, an estimated $34.6 billion is up for grabs to anyone who stakes their claim. Yep, you heard that right, $34.6 billion. To get all the details, just go to www.myfreedomchecks.com. Thousands of people are already lined up to cash in. Take Doug, for example. He's a 46-year-old from Joplin, Missouri, who's set to get a check for $24,075. And if Doug can do this, I've got a hunch that you can too. But here's the thing. If you want the chance to grab your full fair share of this $34.6 billion payout, you must have your ducks in a row by March 1st. So don't wait. Get over to www.myfreedomchecks.com before the March 1st deadline. That's www.myfreedomchecks.com.
On today's economic calendar, the latest data on small business optimism from the National Federation of Independent Business. Remington has a financing deal that would allow it to continue operating as it files for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection. The maker of the Bushmaster AR-15 style rifle used in the 2012 Connecticut shooting says the agreement with lenders will reduce its debt by about $700 million and add about $145 million in new capital. The company will attempt to file a prepackaged reorganization plan with the U.S. Bankruptcy Court of Delaware. A German court has ruled that Facebook's insistence that users provide their real names rather than remain anonymous violates the country's data protection laws. The Berlin State Court ruled in a suit brought by the Federation of German Consumer Organizations. Please tune in to Lou Dobbs tonight at 7 and 11 Eastern on the Fox Business Network. This is the Lou Dobbs Financial Report.
Hey guys, Ken here from the hit podcast Today's Growth. Who would win a 3-mile bicycle race, an 11-year-old girl or last year's winner of the Tour de France? It all depends on the bicycle. It depends on their vehicle. Both on a 10-speed and the pro racer is going to win every time. But put the racer on a tricycle and the 11-year-old wins every time. You see, it's not the driver, it's the vehicle. When it comes to generating revenue, it's exactly the same. If you have a job or a small business, you are riding a tricycle. You can only go so fast. If you need to make up lost ground, it's not going to happen on a tricycle. No matter how fast you pedal, it's simply not going to win the race. Why do many people with no schooling and no advanced degree often become very wealthy? Simple. They choose to only ride 10 speeds. When it comes to helping people create their next revenue model, both Forbes and Inc. recommend Income Store as a can't miss when it comes to putting people on a 10-speed. Could your household or business use an additional revenue model that doesn't solely depend on you? If so, you need to check out IncomeStore.com. That's IncomeStore.com.
This is Dan Proft with 60 Seconds of Sanity for Upstream-Ideas.com. It was the best of speeches. It was the worst of speeches. It was a call for intellectual honesty. It was a squawk for craven identity politics. Senator Rand Paul properly shamed phony fiscal conservatives who colluded to lift the spending caps for a 2-year budget deal. Paul was spot on about the spoils of war ethos of the royals in both political parties. Spending other people's money is power. Spend more, get more. And at the people's expense in both cases. The royals get it, and then the people get it, good and hard. Where Paul made a succinct argument for smaller government, House Minority Leader Pelosi used her 8-hour filibuster to regale us with apocryphal tales of her grandson, who allegedly wishes he could be a DACA recipient from Guatemala. Can you imagine how prideful Pelosi will be the first time her grandson dons a pea hat or uses the girls' bathroom? The two speeches nicely underscored the choices before us. A nation of laws or men, paying our own way or freeloading on future generations, embracing the neo-Jim Crow left or fighting off the cultural Jacobins. As Dickens wrote about the conditions predating the Reign of Terror, we had everything before us, we had nothing before us.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies.
Starting Balance of Nature, I felt it the first month. I felt different. It made such a difference that now I wake up, my head feels clearer, I have more energy. Very rarely does my body cramp up anymore. It's the best thing. It's just amazing. I don't know what to say. I just would not be what I am today if I didn't start Balance of Nature.
I plan on taking this the rest of my life because until I started taking your stuff, I never took as many fruits and vegetables in a day as I get through you guys. You know, I'm very, very, very satisfied.
My pain and it went away. I swear to you that that's the truth.
When you call, use discount code CHICAGO, and we'll take 35% off your first month's order and ship it to you free. Call 800-246-8751 or go online to balanceofnature.com and use discount code CHICAGO.
When you're hiring, you don't want to sort through dozens of irrelevant resumes. You want a short list of qualified candidates. That's why you need Indeed.com. Diana's hired with Indeed.
It just gives me so many more qualified applicants to choose from.
Post a job in minutes. Set up screener questions. Then zero in on qualified candidates using an intuitive online dashboard. Discover why 3 million businesses use Indeed for hiring. Post a job today at Indeed.com/hire. Search for greatness. Search Indeed.
Save more with Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Hey, what are you doing up here on the roof?
I want to tell the world I just met the woman of my dreams. What about you?
I want to tell the world that Liberty Mutual saved me $782.
Liberty did what?
They saved me $782.
Oh, you go first then. $782 really puts finding love into perspective.
Visit us online to get a quote, and you could save $782. Liberty Mutual Insurance. Based on a recent countrywide new customer survey, coverage is underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company, Equal Housing Insurer.
Mike Gallagher wants the media to stop overreacting.
We dropped 1,100 points. That's 4.6%. The 4.6% happens about 3 times a year. It had nothing to do with Donald Trump. has to do with interest rates likely rising because the economy is doing so well. It has to do with a normal, inevitable course correction, but yet the media never wants to miss a chance to show him up.
The Mike Gallagher Show, weekdays at 9, right before Dennis Prager at 11 on AM 560. The Answer. What's happening? What does it mean? Why is it important? We've got The Answer. AM 560. The Answer. WIND, Chicago.
Wouldn't it be great to finally solve the DACA puzzle? I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. President Trump tweeted that, writing, "This will be our last chance." As the Senate debates immigration, he has strings attached to protecting immigrants brought here illegally as kids.
We want really tremendous border security.
Fox's Rachel Sutherland, live in Washington.
Dave, Republican conditions to a deal include the end of the diversity lottery program and changes to family migration. GOP Senator Mike Rounds.
The nucleus of the family is still being available, but stop what the president has called chain migration.
Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer says lawmakers are working hard to find a compromise that will secure 60 votes.
No easy task. It's like threading a needle.
Schumer says he prefers a more narrow bill providing protections for illegal immigrants brought to the U.S. as children. Republicans say the only bill that can pass is one based on the president's four-pillar plan. Dave.
Rachel, the president talked to Russia's leader again over the weekend, offering condolences to President Putin for Sunday's plane crash that left 71 people dead.
President Trump also stepping up the conversation about Kim Jong-un's nuclear ambitions, reiterating the importance of taking further steps to denuclearize North Korea. President Trump had complained last month that Moscow was not helping us at all with North Korea. The two men also talking about Israel and Middle East peace.
Fox's Jill Nato. Now, a Palestinian teenage girl is on trial in an Israeli military court today for slapping and punching two Israeli soldiers in a case drawing widespread attention over that prosecution. The judge ordered the proceedings behind closed doors. Her father shouted, "Stay strong." They're partying in New Orleans. It's Mardi Gras. So there are parades and beads being thrown. Tens of thousands taking the streets, ending a 2-week carnival season leading up to the Fat Tuesday celebration before Lent starts tomorrow for Christians, Ash Wednesday. Fox News, fair and balanced.
14 degrees in Chicago at 7:02. On AM 560, The Answer. Good morning. I'm Mike Scott. Two Chicago police officers are in stable condition, and a fire is under investigation after a blaze broke out last night near Grace and Fremont. The officers were hospitalized and being treated for smoke inhalation. Authorities investigating a deadly crash involving a semi on the Stevenson Expressway. It happened on Chicago's southwest side early this morning on the ramp near Cicero. One person was killed, 3 others badly hurt. West Chicago high school teachers could be headed for a strike soon. Daily Herald reporting teachers and the school board could not reach a contract agreement after more than 4 hours of talks last night. Even before he officially enters the race for mayor, former Chicago police boss Gary McCarthy finds himself in hot water. AM 560's David Stewart explains why.
At a Sunday fundraiser at an Irish cultural center, McCarthy blamed Mayor Emanuel for the gun violence on the south and west sides. He said any African Americans who can afford to are moving out of Chicago, leaving behind what McCarthy called trigger pullers. Alderman Roderick Sawyer, the chairman of the City Council's Black Caucus, called that comment off-putting, callous, and disrespectful. Alderman Anthony Beale said with that extremely offensive remark, McCarthy has forfeited his right to even a sliver of the African American vote should he follow through with a challenge to Emanuel. McCarthy hasn't replied. David Stewart, NBC News Radio, Chicago.
The John Hancock Center in Chicago losing its name. The John Hancock Insurance Company asked that their name and logos be removed from the iconic skyscraper immediately. You may know that John Hancock Insurance Company is now owned by a Canadian firm. The building will now be known simply by its address until a new naming rights deal is put in place. John Hancock built that tower from 1965 to 1970. Zach LaVine, a tie-breaking dunk. He stole the inbounds pass to preserve a Bulls win over Orlando 105-101. Coyotes pound the slumping Blackhawks. 6 straight losses. 6-1 last night. Coyotes were winners. The news, a service of Staples. Let Staples help you this tax season with everything you need for less. From storage boxes and filing supplies to software like QuickBooks and TurboTax. Right now, Get up to $15 off when you buy TurboTax. Ends 2/17/18. Excludes TurboTax Basic. Staples, it's pro time. 7:04 and a check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
On AM 560, The Answer. Your opinion counts. And we want to know how you feel about the news stories we're talking about each and every day. Make sure to vote in the M13 Graphics Opinion Express poll at 560theanswer.com. Listen for today's poll question at 10:30 a.m., 12:30 p.m., and 3:30 p.m. And hear the results each evening at 5:30. It's the M13 Graphics Opinion Express poll on 560theanswer.com.
What is it costing you in vet bills for that convenience of just pulling open a bag?
Formulated, extruded, processed cereal bits that cost a ton of money anyways.
How do you feed your dog to derive not only energy, but a good coat, bright eyes, and a great attitude?
Come to Dynovite for help.
DINOVITE.com.
I found his raw meat diet on Dynovite.com. With just the raw meat and the eggs and the Dynovite and the Super Omega on top of it.
Try Super Omega Fish Oil.
Buy 2, get 1 free.
Ground beef, white rice, eggs, including the shells, and the Dynovite supplement, and then the Lico Chops.
Try Lico Chops. Buy 2, get 1 free.
It just balances out his body and his mind and his spirit.
Adding Dynovite to their diet has every single dog in my kennel looking better than they have ever looked.
Their skin is so much better now that they're on the raw diet. I don't even give them the kibble anymore. DINOVITE.com.
All money managers may seem pretty much the same. But while some money managers may recommend high-commission investment products, Fisher Investments avoids them. Some money managers may have hidden and layered fees. Fisher Investments never does. And while some money managers are happy to earn commissions from you, whether you do well or not, Fisher Investments fees are structured so we do better when you do better. In other words, we're structured to be on your side. Maybe that's why most of our clients come to us from other money managers. Talk with us and find out why so many experienced investors are switching to and staying with Fisher Investments. Fisher Investments, clearly better money management. Investments in securities involve the risk of loss. Visit us at FisherInvestments.com to find out what we can do for you.
7:07. Let's get a check of the roads in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center with Jim Talamonte.
Thanks, Mike. The northbound tri-state is jammed from the Reagan Tollway to Lawrence, where a crash is cleared out of the way. Farther south, we see northbound delays. Southwest Highway to 75th, from the Stevenson to 47th. Eastbound Reagan Tollway, bumper to bumper now. 31 to Winfield Road. Northbound Veterans Memorial, little heavy approaching the Reagan Tollway. Eastbound I-80 has delays from the Three Rivers Rest area. Most of it is Shepley with a crash, and it's slow from the Des Plaines River Bridge to Briggs. Edens runs 36 minutes Lake Cook to the junction, outbound 24th. Kennedy, 50 minutes O'Hare to downtown, 26 from Montrose, 24 in the Express. Outbound 20 to Montrose, 42 minutes to the airport. About Eisenhower, an hour and 5 minutes, 390 to downtown. 49 minutes from Manheim, outbound 45 to 390. Northbound I-55 jammed US 30 to Weber for a crash. It's cleared out of the way. It's icy in that area. And the Stevenson runs 58 minutes, 355 to Lakeshore Drive, outbound 42. Ryan is 30 minutes, 95th to the Loop. Bishop Ford 30 minutes, 80-94 to the Merge. Traffic answers when you need them most. Jim Talamonte on AM 560, The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast with meteorologist Kevin Snyder.
A chilly day today with intervals of clouds and sun. High 30. Tonight, partly cloudy, low 23. Milder tomorrow with increasing clouds. High 42. Then low clouds at night with a low tomorrow night 35. I'm Kevin Snyder on AM 560, The Answer.
14 at O'Hare. Next news at 7:30. And Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next on AM 560, The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by In the Know with Wealth Management Group, hosted by Craig Bolanos. Heard Sunday mornings at 10.
This is Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson on AM 560, The Answer.
Top of the morning, Dan and Amy. It's Fat Tuesday.
Oh, yeah.
We got Punchkis.
Punchki. Oh, I thought you were down with the struggle there.
No, I'm a big fan of the Polish people.
Eat one, it's about 5,000 calories.
Well, that's
so,
why they call it Fat Tuesday.
Yeah, exactly.
And we're living fat up here in Lake County, PHAT.
Oh, yeah, don't you know.
Because we're at AM Woodland Outdoor Design in Mundelein, part of our AM 560 Signature Bank Business Tour 2018. And we'll be talking to the principals of this going enterprise at the bottom of the hour. But first, we have to talk a little bit of state finances. Governor Rauner gives his budget address tomorrow. And, of course, topic that has to be addressed. I don't know if it will be specifically, but it has to be addressed fundamentally, which is the largest unfunded pension liabilities in the country that Illinois sports. And there is a new study, a new special report that's been done by our friends over at WirePoints, wirepoints.com, which is a independent news organization that does policy research and commentary. Ted Dabrowski, who is over there at wirepoints.com, authored this study that looks at the rise in pension benefits and gives us perhaps a better understanding of why exactly Illinois has the largest unfunded pension liabilities in the country and what we need to do if we want to, number one, keep our promises to people relying on those promises, and number two, sort of rethink and restructure the pension systems going forward so we're not in this crunch that we're in now where you're tracking at one of every $4 the state has going to public sector pensions to the exclusion of other things like K through 12 education and infrastructure and so forth. More on this topic. We're pleased to be joined by Ted Dabrowski. What's your title over there at WirePoints now, Ted?
I'm president there, Dan.
Oh, wow.
How you doing,
nice.
Dan?
Oh, excuse me, Mr. President. Oh,
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
He shall be addressed so.
President Dabrowski, from your study, this is going to be something that runs counter to the narrative that's often promulgated by those who don't want to change the pension systems, that it's a situation of underfunding. If the politicians wouldn't have shortchanged the pension funds over many years and skipped payments, then we wouldn't be in this mess. Now, there's no question that payments were skipped in some cases for a decade, and that's not a good policy. That's not good public policy. But your study finds that essentially even had those pension payments not been skipped or not been shorted, we would still have the same problem.
Well, let's be clear. This report is about the state pension funds, which is different from Chicago, where there was clearly a decade of underfunding. But this is at the state level, which is played out very differently. The reason this report's important is because underfunding is the narrative that the media, the politicians, the unions, they all want to use over and over again. Not just because it sounds good, but because they want, in the end, to guilt taxpayers into thinking that they need to put in more money. If the politicians didn't put enough money in, that means the taxpayers, by definition, didn't put it in. And that's why we need to change that narrative. Our research found that it wasn't the underfunding that's the problem. We actually put a ton of money into pensions, much more than you would think. The reality is that the benefits have grown so quickly. In the last 30 years, they've grown 1,000%, whereas inflation and incomes have grown just a little over 100%. So you're talking about almost nearly 10 times the growth in benefits compared to inflation and incomes. That's the real problem. And so we've got to flip that narrative. Otherwise, we're going to be paying taxes more and more and more.
Yeah, and I don't want my tax dollars paying for someone's pensions, but there seems to be such huge pension payments out there for certain people. Is that going to stop in the future?
Well, I think we need to change the narrative because if we don't, it's always going to be the case that taxpayers were the bad guys, right? We didn't put enough money in, and anybody who lives in Illinois knows that they pay plenty of taxes. When you've got benefits growing at it's like literally 8.5% a year, when in Calumet City incomes are growing 1.2% a year, it's dwarfing our economy. It's dwarfing people's ability to pay for it. And we've got to stop that narrative so that we stop handing out more benefits.
And it's also dwarfing any realistic expected rate of return from investments over the long term.
Yeah, but that's part of the issue, Dan. But what it is that if you look at the yearly growth rate, all they've done, the politicians, they've done things to always increase pensions. never to decrease it. And it shows up in perks. It shows up in the cost of living adjustments. It shows up in spiking. It shows up in benefits for, like, you accumulate sick leave and you get to use that as years of service. It's always in the favor of the pensioners and always at the expense of taxpayers. And the numbers bear it out. Nobody, it's amazing that the major media doesn't want to cover it because it goes counter the narrative that it's an underfunding problem. We can talk about Chicago separately, but at the state level, it's a flat-out lie that it's an underfunding problem.
Well, but we can't talk about Chicago separately anymore, not thanks to the deal that was struck last year to bail out the Chicago public school pensions, essentially putting all Illinois taxpayers on the hook for the unfunded liabilities associated with the Chicago teachers' pension as part of that deal, right?
Oh, that's absolutely true, right? It's all going to get lumped in, and it's going to be worse and worse. And if you look at the proposals out there, they're going to want to lump everything they can together so that the taxpayers get hit. But I think here's an important point. We've got to look at this growth rate. If anything had grown like this in a corporation, it would have bankrupted it already. And, think Enron, think WorldCom. You've got huge investigations. You've got changes in how things are done after those things. We don't have that kind of behavior in Illinois. They should be analyzing why this happened, how it happened. Unfortunately, the politicians that would do that, are the ones that benefit from this. So it's unexpected that they would, critique themselves. And the Attorney General should be looking at this, but it's her father who's been in position 30 years in a row and managed all this. So it's hard to figure out how we're going to actually investigate this problem.
Not to mention the Attorney General, after 15 years in office, she's in line for a pension.
Oh, absolutely. They're all in line for pensions. And so this is the problem. This is why we have to work so hard to change this rhetoric and this narrative. And at WirePoints, that's why we did that research, because we realized that we've all contributed to this false narrative at our own expense. And when we challenge, we need to challenge the politicians. We need to challenge the media to actually look at this and change the narrative so that we get the right reforms, not tax hikes. Because when you hear Biss, Kennedy, and Pritzker, they're all talking tax hikes to pay for pensions.
Ugh. Well, is there ever a time where there would be court orders for our tax dollars to pay for pensions?
I'm sorry, Amy?
Would there ever be a time where there would be a court order saying taxpayers' money has to pay for pensions?
Well, we've already seen what's happened in Harvey, a place that's been horribly run. They've run out of money. And what's funny is that the court's telling them to pay pensions when they don't have the money to pay pensions. So it's a bankruptcy already playing out in a funny way, and that'll take its way through courts. But don't be surprised to see that soon in East St. Louis and in a whole bunch of other places, and eventually, the state.
And again, just a little bit of comparison, because these numbers are so astronomical. But one of the points you make is that over the last dozen years, Illinois, third highest pension benefit growth in the nation, higher than all of its peer states, 7.5% a year between 2003 and 2015. In contrast, Wisconsin's benefits grew just 3% annually. Indiana's grew 5% annually over that period. And boy, more than 2 times Wisconsin, 40% more than Indiana's. That turns out to make a big difference when you spread it over a universe this big in terms of the state's budget. You're talking about billions and billions of dollars.
Well, Dan, if we'd controlled our benefit growth to be Wisconsin's, we'd have a $40 billion problem today, not a $130 billion problem. And if we'd just grown at twice the rate of inflation, if the benefits that we handed out had grown at twice the rate of inflation since 1987, which is the period of our study, we'd have no problem. We'd be fully funded right now. So we're talking about under reasonable benefit growth, we'd have no problem. It's because we've had extreme, unsustainable pension benefit growth. That's why we're in this crisis we're in, not underfunding.
Do you see down the road, is this ever a possibility where firefighters, Chicago police officers, just the money's not there? The check bounces or the money's not deposited in their bank accounts?
Oh, I think we're so close to that. And what should scare people is the way the stock market reacted, right? If we have a major correction, a final slowdown in the economy, there's no way that the Chicago police and fire funds survive. It's just a matter of years. And do we have to go through one more tax hike to try to save it before the truth finally comes out? But we're on our way, and that's why the policy decisions matter. Tax hikes won't help. As we all know, people are leaving. and it makes our economy worse. We've got to take the tough decisions. Like, if the unions don't want to negotiate, and they should be the ones sitting down at the table, if they don't want to, we're going to be forced to freeze salaries, cut headcount, dramatically get rid of perks that prop up those pensions. And there'll be tough decisions, and at some point, checks will bounce.
Just go back to what you opened with too. It's just a math problem. This isn't about who. You say this over and over and over again. It just tried to bore it into people's heads. It's difficult, but it's just a math problem. It's not who likes police or who likes firefighters and who likes teachers and who doesn't. It's silliness. Going back to what you said at the outset, pension benefits over the last 30 years grew at 6 times the rate of state general revenue growth. 6 times the rate. So you cannot make that math work. It's just as simple as that, isn't it?
Oh, it's that simple. And I think, there's two sides to the math, and this is why I'm pushing it so hard, is that, excuse me, the math on the one hand, you might say underfunded, but that's not the problem. The math is the overpromising. And in the end, when something is growing 6 times faster than tax revenue,
and the funding source,
it's going to fail.
Yeah. And so Jeannie Ives, candidate for governor, challenging Rauner, has proposed moving everybody to 401ks like some 20,000 university employees have enjoyed for a good period of time in this state. Is that one of the prescriptions that you would offer?
No, that's absolutely one of the best prescriptions. I think Jeannie's got it right. It doesn't solve the problem, but what it does is it stops adding more pension benefits to the system. We got to stop the bleed first. And I think Jeannie's right also that it would send an excellent signal to the rest of the nation that we're finally reforming our system, that we're serious about making change, and that we're going to attack this pension problem once and for all.
He is Ted Dabrowski, wirepoints.com, which is where you can find this new study he has authored on Illinois state public pensions. Ted, thanks so much for joining us. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
And he joined us on our turnkey.pro answer line.
You've made the switch, and it feels so good. You've switched to Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
Forecast for today, Mardi Gras, Valentine's Eve. It's going to be chilly. We're going to have some sun and some clouds, a high of 30 degrees. Tonight, partly cloudy, a low of 25. And for Valentine's Day and Ash Wednesday, tomorrow we're going to have increasing clouds, but it will be warm around here. Things heating up to a whopping 43 degrees. Let's get into our Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center. Here's Jim Telemonte.
Thanks, Amy and Dennis. No Mardi Gras Mambo on 8094 eastbound right now. It's jammed solid Lansing to Munster from Burnham Avenue to Calumet Avenue, where a crash has 2 left lanes blocked. Also some delays in northwest Indiana on eastbound 94 from 20 at Lake Station, State Road 249. Edens runs 36 minutes, Lake Cook Junction, outbound 25. Kennedy, 50 minutes, O'Hare to downtown, outbound 42. Inbound Eisenhower. Delays kick in at North Avenue. An hour and 5 minutes, 390 to downtown. 49 minutes from Manheim, outbound 45 to 390. Northbound I-55 heavy from 30 to Weber after a crash. The Stevenson is 58 minutes, 355 to the drive, outbound 42. Bryan, 30 minutes, 95th to downtown. I-57, 40 minutes, I-80 to the merge after a crash past Holstead. Bishop Ford at 30 minutes. Northbound Tri-State heavy, 115th to 31st. And from the Reagan Flowway to Lawrence, Reagan Flowway delays, 31 to Winfield. Veterans Memorial, I-55 most of the way to Roosevelt. Jim Talamonte in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center.
The following is a paid political announcement.
Now that I've got your attention, my name is Jeannie Ives, and I'm the conservative running against Bruce Rauner for governor. I'm an economic liberty, pro-family West Point grad. I've spent the last 5 years battling Chicago Democrats. I didn't think I'd have to spend so much time battling Bruce Rauner. But when Rauner betrayed conservative families, that's exactly what I did. Rauner made Illinois a sanctuary state. I voted against it. Rauner made you pay for abortions in all 9 months of pregnancy. I voted against it, and so did every other Republican legislator. Rauner took money from your schools to bail out the Chicago public schools. I voted against it. National Review has called Rauner the worst Republican governor in the country because he is. Rauner betrayed us. I honor who we are as conservatives. Rauner can't win re-election. He said he's not in charge. With your help, I'll lead the charge.
Paid for by Ives for Illinois.
What interest rate would you rather pay on your credit card debt? 17% or less than 6% APR? The answer is obvious, Lightstream. Because with Lightstream, you may be able to consolidate credit card debt and dramatically cut your interest rate to as low as 5.49% APR with AutoPay. Plus, radio listeners get an additional rate discount. Just go to lightstream.com/news. With average interest rates on credit card debt at 17% APR, Lightstream could save you thousands in interest. And because Lightstream is a division of SunTrust Bank, one of the nation's largest and strongest financial institutions, you can have complete peace of mind. The application takes just minutes, and there are no fees and no pressure. Just lower rates, one low fixed monthly payment, and huge savings. So if you have good to excellent credit, apply today and get a special interest rate discount when you go to lightstream.com/news. That's lightstream.com/news. Lightstream.com/news.
Subject to credit approval. Rates include 0.5% autopay discount available only when you select autopay prior to loan funding. Terms and conditions apply and offers are subject to change without notice. Visit lightstream.com for important information about limits on Lightstream loans.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies.
I was always just sort of feeling tired. And so I said, maybe this will just help in overall vitality. But in the past couple of years that I've been taking it, I find my energy has been great. I've been sleeping better. I don't get the cravings for junk food as often as I used to. I really attribute it to the product. It's so easy to use. Even if I want to take a capsule for my daughter and I just pull it apart to mix it in some juice or something, it's just something I'm very grateful to be able to incorporate. I really love the product. I think it's made such a difference.
Generally feel better, generally have better energy and more stamina. Breathing is easier, walking is easier. You're not in pain anymore, all right? I could go on and on.
When you call, use discount code CHICAGO, and we'll take 35% off your first month's order and ship it to you free. Call 800-246-8751 or go online to balanceofnature.com and use discount code CHICAGO.
Good morning. Where are you? Are you at home currently trying to get all 3 kids ready for school? Are you in the car on your way to work, stuck in traffic and dreaming of being on an island vacation? Are you at the gym trying not to make awkward eye contact with that person you kinda sorta know? Wherever you are, Calitrin will fit into your daily routine and help you achieve your weight loss goals.
My name is Jessica. I'm from the state of Texas. I lost 50 pounds, and I take it every night to help me sleep, and I feel I'm better rested in the morning after I've taken it.
This is Richard, and I was on Calitrin, and I lost right at 23 pounds and dropped one of my blood pressure medicines, so I think it's a great product.
Hi, my name is Jenny, and I have lost a total of 29 pounds. Calitrin is the only weight loss product that has worked for me.
Calitrin, the #1 choice for healthy weight loss for over 20 years.
Calitrin. Visit us at toploss.com or call 1-800-325-4366 to learn about exclusive offers.
Want to know the secret that all those flipping houses gurus won't tell you? Flipping multi-unit properties is easier and more profitable than flipping single-family homes. With over 17 years of experience, we here at RE Mentor will show you the art of buying and selling multi-unit properties. Come spend the afternoon or evening with our team of experts, and we'll show you how to put $10,000 to $30,000 in your pocket over the next 90 days. This 2-hour class will teach you the art of the multi-unit flip and long-term hold. You'll learn how to buy, hold, and sell multi-unit properties with no money down, no credit, and no risk. You risk nothing but have everything to gain. This intensive 2-hour real estate class is coming to the Chicago area soon. Call 800-559-1577 to secure your seat. This seminar is free to the first 30 people that call. Change your life now and learn the art of the multi-unit flip or long-term hold. Call 800-559-1577. That's 800-559-1577.
AM 560, The Answer.
Dan and Amy, Amy, the story of Thomas. I know
Oh my
you've been
gosh.
waiting to hear. Can I tell you the
Chomping
story of
at the
Thomas?
bit, finally. Give it to me.
Thomas is the bisexual polyamorous goose who was in a love triangle.
Excuse me.
That ended with Thomas's passing away at the tender age of 40.
Oh, no.
He was a blind, gay, interspecies polyamorous goose whose life story captured the hearts of locals in Wellington, New Zealand.
Oh.
Mm.
How did they know the goose was gay?
He rose to celebrity when he was a young male in the gaggle at Waimanu Lagoon. It's got nothing on Blue Lagoon. There he was observed shunning other geese in favor of the company of a male black swan. And you know what they say about once you go black swan. Named Henry. The couple was together for 18 years before a female swan Henrietta flew into the picture.
I thought you were adding dramatical music there.
Henry and Henrietta began to nest together, but instead of the traditional monogamous pair bond normally shared among both geese and swans, I know that's what you were thinking.
Yeah.
Thomas stuck around. They became a dedicated triangular unit.
Oh, boy.
Thomas was an invested parent to Henry and Henrietta's 68 cygnets over the next 12 years, very prolific, during which time the family was a regular and much cherished sight at Waimanu Lagoon. Henry passed away 2009. Keep it together.
This is tough.
It's tough, I know.
Thomas.
Be strong. After which Henrietta found a new partner. Henrietta found a new partner. Thomas finally tried mating with a female goose. Tragically, the young goslings were adopted by a different male. Thomas was alone again.
Was this male blind too, like Thomas?
When he became blind in both eyes in 2013, you'll remember, he was brought to the Wellington Bird Rehabilitation Trust to spend the remainder of his years. Now, the good news is that Thomas will be buried next to his life partner, Henry.
That was somebody making sure that happens.
And the other good news, of course, is that there will be a number of residence halls at Ivy League schools named after Thomas, the polyamorous, bisexual, blind goose in a love triangle. That's the story of Thomas.
Coming up on Chicago's Morning Answer,
we tell the story of AM Woodland Outdoor Design by talking to the two principals, the Migas brothers, at 7:37.
Yeah, and later, President Trump's new budget. What entitlement program is being cut significantly? But first, let's go into the newsroom. Here is Mike Scott.
14 degrees, 7:31. The Trump administration's proposed $20 billion NASA budget, shifting the agency's focus toward lunar exploration and away from the International Space Station. The request would fund continued development of heavy-lift rockets and the construction of a small space station orbiting the moon, possibly by 2022. A jury says two former Baltimore police officers are guilty in a widespread federal corruption case. The jury found former detectives Daniel Hersel and Marcus Taylor guilty of racketeering, conspiracy, robbery, and overtime fraud. The NTSB asking for help in their investigation into a deadly helicopter crash in Arizona. Air safety inspectors say they want to talk with anyone who may have seen the Papillon Airways chopper before it went down. 3 British tourists were killed. President Trump pitching his big plan to renovate the nation's highways and rails.
We have spent $7 trillion in the Middle East. $7 trillion. What a mistake.
Speaking at the White House yesterday, the president says it's time to start investing in America's crumbling infrastructure. 2 police officers in Chicago are in stable condition following an apartment fire on the north side. Authorities investigating a deadly crash involving a semi on the Stevenson Expressway. On Chicago's southwest side, 1 person was killed, 3 others severely hurt. West Chicago high school teachers could be headed for a strike soon. Daily Herald reports teachers and the board could not reach a contract agreement after more than 4 hours of talks last night. Illinois House Speaker Michael Madigan was forced to dismiss a longtime political consultant after an investigation found Kevin Quinn sent inappropriate text messages to a colleague. Officials at Western Illinois University are trying to stay positive after another big drop in enrollment. School last week said its spring enrollment fell 9% over last year. Just over 8,500 students are on campus. Zach LaVine broke for a tie-breaking dunk in the closing seconds after swiping an inbounds pass. Bulls beat Orlando 105-101. Coyotes pound the severely slumping Blackhawks 6-1. The news, a service of Staples. Staples has low prices on the organizational solutions that your business needs to clear the clutter and focus on the job at hand this year, like bankers' boxes, file folders, and storage bins. Less mess equals more success. Visit Staples.com for more. Staples, it's pro time. 7:34, a check of traffic and weather on the way next. on AM 560.
Dennis Prager believes kids should take a year before going to college.
I have advocated to parents that they not send their child to college right after high school. The ideal is to work for a year, especially as a waiter or waitress. I think that it has a built-in conservatism because reality is conservative.
The Dennis Prager Show, weekdays at 11, right before Sean Hannity at 2 on AM 560. The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by Papa Nicholas Coffee. Papa Nicholas Coffee, a family tradition since 1897.
Shoot Point Blank is Chicago's leading shooting range and firearms store. Featuring 20 climate-controlled shooting lanes, complete retail store, and firearm education classes for all experience levels. Whether you're a new or expert shooter, now you can experience the Shoot Point Blank difference and see for yourself why so many people are talking about Shoot Point Blank.
I can tell you, I was impressed as soon as I walked through the door. The employees were really helpful, very patient, and knowledgeable, too.
My wife and I had a wonderful experience. We felt very comfortable and informed.
Brett was very friendly and respectful, and he answered all my questions. Because I'm new to pistols, I'm grateful he was patient and helped me decide what to buy for my new firearm.
For a huge selection of new and used firearms, ammo, and state-of-the-art indoor shooting range, visit them in Hodgkins, Mokina, Naperville, or Merrillville. Or check out shootpointblank.com. Experience the difference. Shoot Point Blank.
7:36 and a check of the roads this morning. In the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center, here's Jim.
Thanks, Mike. Eden's inbound. It's heavy. Devon to Montrose. 33 minutes. Lake Cook Junction. Outbound 29. Kennedy now an hour and 4 minutes. O'Hare to downtown. 36 minutes for Montrose. 40 of the express. Heavier. Outbound 50 to the airport. The Eisenhower's an hour and 12 minutes. 390 to downtown. Outbound 55 minutes. Stevenson an hour. 355 to Lakeshore Drive. Outbound 42 minutes. Ryan is 30 minutes. 95th to the Loop. Northbound Tri-State. Stop and go 115th to 31st, and from the Reagan Tollway to Lawrence. Adams Tollway delays. Bussy Displays Oasis crash on the right side. Reagan Tollway jammed 31 to Winfield and 83 to York due to collisions. Veterans Memorial heavy I-55 most of the way to Roosevelt. Army Trail to 290. Traffic Service of Account Temps. Finding highly skilled accounting and finance professionals can be a challenge. Account Temps can help. With Account Temps' extensive network of accounting and finance contractors, you can be sure to find the right person for your exact hiring needs. Visit AccountTemps.com to learn more. Account Temps, a Robert Half company. Traffic answers when you need them most. I'm Jim Talamonte on AM 560, The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast. Chilly day ahead, clouds and sun with a high near 30. Currently, we have 14 at O'Hare and 19 along Chicago's lakefront. Your next news update is at 8. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next on AM 560, The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by Kelly Financial Services, helping you secure your financial future today. Visit kellyfinancialservicesinc.com.
Hey, before you read about it on Facebook or Twitter, or hear about it from your friends, find out what today's big stories really mean with me, Sean Hannity, today at 2, right here on AM 560, The Answer.
Good morning, Dan and Amy. Last time we were in Lake County, we got led away in cuffs by Sheriff Mark Curran. So this is going better now. That was fun, broadcasting from the jail. But today we are at AM Woodland Outdoor Design, part of our AM 560 Signature Bank Business Tour. And the principals of AM Woodland Outdoor Design are joining us now. They are Dan and Andy Migas, two brothers.
They're twin brothers. I mean, I feel like I've known so much about you spending the last 2 hours with you.
I don't think
we look really similar. Right?
I don't think
no,
we look that similar.
Dan is 2 minutes older than Andy.
Yeah, you can see
the
difference.
Yeah,
you can see the difference. Yeah,
I always tell him what he should be doing when he's my age. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Back when I was
just
your
wait
age.
2 minutes,
Right.
and I'll tell you.
Right. And so it's an interesting story. Starting this company, two guys, young guys, starting you starting a landscaping company, and then Dan joining you a little bit later on. But tell us the story of how this all got started.
Really, it got started as I was finishing up my degree at University of Illinois in geology, actually. I decided that I didn't really have too much interest in the positions available in my field. So I decided not to take one of those job offers, and really I started mowing lawns to start paying back my student loans that were becoming due quickly. Needed to do something to make money, and I didn't know if I wanted to go back to grad school or if I wanted to pursue something else outside of the field. So I started mowing lawns.
And your dad, you had worked for your dad because he had a bit of a landscaping company.
Correct.
On the side,
Yeah,
right?
my father is a firefighter, has been for a long time, and he was doing that kind of on his days off. He had a little lawn maintenance company that I would come and work for on the summers back home from college. So I had a slight background in that, and I did actually wind up getting a minor in landscape design and turf management from U of I as well. So started doing that. Didn't necessarily think it would be my career.
Lovey Smith could use a minor in turf management.
So then you in 2009 you purchased AM.
Well,
or no, it was Woodland Outdoors.
He is AM.
I'm AM. I purchased my dad's old pickup truck for $800, and he loaned me.
off.
Yeah, I know. It was in 1990.
think you'd get this.
Had like 300,000 miles on it.
Oh my God!
It lasted a couple of years though.
It
So
did.
it's
It got me through the beginning. He loaned me the 2 lawnmowers that he had owned, and because he didn't want to do it anymore anyway, he was getting old. He loaned me the lawnmowers. I had 13 customers that first year. Did a whopping $32,000 in revenue, and but for some reason I decided to do it another year, the next spring when the snow melted, and then I had quite a few more customers because of word of mouth basically. So I needed to hire a couple people to help me out, and then not too long after that. My brother Dan and my other friend Kirk, who's the other partner in the business, noticed the rapid growth and wanted to join in. So they each purchased a little bit of the company, became my business partners, and Dan, being a CPA, took over the financials, which I was definitely struggling with. I didn't know what to do with the money that I was starting to make, and helped us grow to where we are now, which is 38 full-time employees during the summertime, like 32 out in the field and 6 in our office.
And it's great too. It's kind of this coming together, not just the brothers, but then your friend too, because you've got the operation side. He's Dan has the finance background. He was in Dan, you were in private equity beforehand, right?
Yep, exactly.
And CPA, as you mentioned, and then your other partners got the kind of the HR side too. So it's a nice division of labor you guys have put together to kind of manage the growth, which is always a challenge.
Yeah, absolutely. As we're growing, we're kind of actually starting to departmentalize the business, where I'm managing the sales department. Dan's kind of the financial and office operations part. Kirk is the fleet and yard area, and our production manager Justin takes care of our field operations.
But I love it because you're passionate about your job, and even proudly showing what backyard patios that you've constructed, landscape designs. I mean, you really do amazing work.
Yeah, we try and give our customers a functional space, obviously a beautiful space to use it, and our customers love being able to have a space at their home. A lot of customers love the fact that their kids stay at home and hang out on the patio rather than go out and do
God knows what.
Yeah,
right.
So you can control them when you can see them.
Yeah.
Well, so that's an important point too. This isn't just mowing lawns and shoveling and moving dirt around. This is kind of coming up with landscape solutions, if you will, right?
Correct. Yeah. Yeah, we want to design a space, that is really an extension of our customers' homes. And I mean, it could be a backyard space with a fireplace or a outdoor kitchen or a dining area, seating area, things like that. Or, honestly, just curb appeal and, sprucing up the front of your home. We love seasonal color. We try and design things that have interest in all the seasons. And it's just and honestly, it adds value to homes too. Sure. What we do, the return on investment is definitely there for what we provide to our customers.
Now, my dad owned a landscaping company, and when people wouldn't pay their bills on time or ever,
Rocco and Moose,
he would no, he wouldn't send over those guys, but he'd take leaves and dump them back on their lawns. What do you guys do?
I send my brother Dan after him.
Oh. Sure.
He's the money guy.
No, is that
He
a
also
big
collects.
problem? Or is
You know, it is a lot easier to not pay for a service than it is to not pay for a product. You don't just walk out of Jewel with your groceries and think you don't have to pay for it. Sometimes, and we've had people, hire our maintenance service, let it go for 3-4 months without paying, and then decide, oh, I didn't really want it later on. But what we do now is it's kind of like I actually took the idea from my house cleaning company who charges my credit card a second there people walk in the door.
Mhm.
We just keep credit cards on file for people, especially for our recurring maintenance service.
Yeah,
And if there's ever issues, of course, we'll deal with them for our customers. But we expect to be paid for the work we provide, and we just keep credit cards on file.
Now, Dan, obviously, Andy's the face guy. He's the one who gets to
Oh,
talk. You're the green eye shades guy in the back that you just kind of keep, stay away from him, let him pour over the numbers. But why you left private equity, which is, could be a very lucrative field, to join your brother in this business?
Yeah, I mean, private equity was fantastic. The real estate world, I mean, if I was going to be doing anything else, I would still be there or in real estate somewhere. It just came time. The business had grown so large. I was putting in so many extra hours, nights, weekends, kind of making sure the books were right and strategic vision and all those things, that it just became time to leave that world and do this full time. And it's I've only been here full time a few weeks, but it's crazy. And
Now, I'll tell you, I want you to tell the story because Dan, I was talking to Dan at our Stake of the Union event,
Yeah.
Out there in Spring Grove the other week, and he's a numbers guy, right?
I love numbers.
Yeah, well, but he thinks about numbers and value for that incremental dollar. So, Dan, tell us the story of moving from Wakanda Dan to Wisconsin Dan.
yeah, my wife and I were living in a townhome in Wakanda, and we love the area, but we're going to start a family sometime soon here, and we wanted bigger house, yard, and so we started looking around. I told her, okay, this is kind of our budget, and so she was looking in the area, and we weren't really coming up with anything. And then I started looking in southeastern Wisconsin, Pleasant Prairie to be specific, and I told her, yeah, our budget's $100,000 higher if we look in Wisconsin. So we bought a house that is about 2.5 times the value of the one that we sold in Wakanda, and we're paying slightly less in property taxes. So, and that's not to mention, half for sales tax. All the other food and beverage taxes so much lower.
So the home in Wisconsin is 2.5 times
the value
of the home in Wakanda, and you're paying less in property taxes on the home that's 2.5 times the home in Wakanda.
That is correct.
Do you see
Yeah,
the problem
I
there?
see the
You don't
problem
need to
there.
be. You can be an Iowa grad
Wow.
and still understand
Really?
that
As long
math.
as you speak slowly.
Yeah, I mean, that
But
is-
And Andy, you're going through a similar relocation or considering moving to Wisconsin.
Yeah, my wife and I are considering.
Heard
actually,
Dan's story, I bet.
Well, that definitely had a lot to do with it. My wife and I are looking to most likely build a house here in the next year or two, and we're just kind of scouting locations, and it turns out it's much more affordable to build said house over the border.
Because
in
how far
Wisconsin.
away from Wisconsin? Half hour?
It's about 20 minutes to the border of Wisconsin.
Oh, that's
I mean,
it? I knew
it
I was
really-
driving somewhere this morning.
Just
I
keep going
just
north.
didn't
Yeah,
know.
we're pretty far up there. Like I think Dan said earlier, we're just north of Canada here.
Hey, Andy, on the new house, who are you going to use for the landscaping?
Haven't decided yet, but I think I might know some guys.
And I love this property because you have a beehive out there.
We do. My
You've
wife
got
keeps
18
bees out there.
acres here, and it's beautiful.
I have a small
You should've-
nursery. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, from door to door this morning from my house to here, it was about 27 minutes. So not bad. People think Wisconsin's so far away, but we're almost there.
Yeah. No, it's getting closer every day for all kinds of people. Actually, when we were driving in, I see the caravans moving Wisconsin, all the U-Haul trucks with the Illinois plates that are going up to Wisconsin.
Well, I tried unsuccessfully for a while to get Wisconsin to annex Lake County, but they
Exactly.
wouldn't do it, so I just
Well, I mean, seriously, we talk about this, but I mean, both from the commercial side as business owners as well as the residential side. Lake County, we've talked about this on the show before, but Lake County, the median property tax rate as a percentage of home value for residential is the 22nd highest in the nation, at the county level, the 22nd highest county median property tax rate in the nation. So this is like serious business people saying, I can't make it make sense to be here, even though I'd like to be here. And I wonder how that impacts your business as well.
It definitely does. I mean, we're lifelong Lake County residents. Grew up in Lake Zurich High School.
We do love the people here.
Oh,
in the
yeah.
area.
And that's, I mean, obviously we bought Woodland Landscape Contractors, who was a longtime Lake County business as well. And so we bought this property knowing that we had the opportunity to potentially purchase in Wisconsin or somewhere else. But we're here for the long haul, so we still care a lot about Lake County, even if we choose not to live in Lake County.
And are you always looking for more customers, or do you guys fill up quickly? I mean, are people making orders now for the summertime?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, typically, by this time, we kind of have our April and May scheduled. We still have some openings in there, though. But, yeah, this is definitely the time to start thinking about the spring and summer projects if you want to be doing something to get outside and enjoy your outdoor space this summer. You could give us a call, and we still have time to design something for you or just hear your ideas and come up with something.
And if you're interested in doing any complimentary work, then Amy would be somebody you'd want to talk to.
Absolutely. It would be our pleasure.
Great. Yeah. I want to get that parkway. And you don't have any outdoor space. Could you build something a little like a...
Yeah, a berm or like a natural space for Hayek. So he doesn't have to consort with the other dogs.
Do you have a rooftop? We could do something on a rooftop.
Yeah, I have a third level with the pool and a pond. The pond's
I saw
good
that.
for you, Amy.
Yeah.
We could do some container plantings up there, or something like that. Give it some color.
Yeah, I'll have to talk to the
No,
condo
he's fine.
association.
You should really just focus on my
We'll
house.
focus on
Right.
it.
I need curb appeal. It's not good.
We can definitely do that.
Andy and Dan Migos, the principals and brothers of AM Woodland Outdoor Design here in Mundelein, where we are broadcasting live this morning, part of our AM 560 Signature Bank Business Tour. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hear about the big stories of the day, then talk about them right here on Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
The following is a paid political announcement.
Now that I've got your attention, my name is Jeannie Ives, and I'm the conservative running against Bruce Rauner for governor. I'm an economic liberty, pro-family West Point grad. I've spent the last 5 years battling Chicago Democrats. I didn't think I'd have to spend so much time battling Bruce Rauner. But when Rauner betrayed conservative families, that's exactly what I did. Rauner made Illinois a sanctuary state. I voted against it. Rauner made you pay for abortions in all 9 months of pregnancy. I voted against it, and so did every other Republican legislator. Rauner took money from your schools to bail out the Chicago public schools. I voted against it. National Review has called Rauner the worst Republican governor in the country because he is. Rauner betrayed us. I honor who we are as conservatives. Rauner can't win re-election. He said he's not in charge. With your help, I'll lead the charge.
Paid for by Ives for Illinois.
By the way, the website for AM Woodland Outdoor Design, am-ld.com. Picture your son in 10 years. What kind of man do you hope to see? I know you want your son to be a man of character, so I urge you to consider Northside Prep, the #1 all-boys school in Illinois for 2 years running. Don't miss their open house on March 25th. Northridge Prep is an independent Catholic school for boys grades 6 through 12 located in Niles. No brainwashing that's prevalent elsewhere. They instill the traditional values that you hold as parents. Northridge Prep is all boys with an all-male faculty. They celebrate your son's natural enthusiasm and energy. It's a good place to be a boy. Every teacher is a great role model who get to the heart of their students. Their demanding liberal arts curriculum produces well-rounded men with the ability to think for themselves. Grads go on to the best universities, including the Ivy League, and have top athletics and arts programs. I strongly encourage you to attend Northridge Prep's open house on March 25th, and I got to remind you about that story when they played lab schools in basketball the other week. And lab schools, those spoiled brats from lab schools, University of Chicago, took a knee during the national anthem at a high school boys basketball game. Are you kidding? And on Cultural Heritage Night at Northridge Prep, where you had different families dressed up in the clothing representing their cultural background, so actually celebrating diversity and multiculturalism, the Northridge Prep kids got together at Senate Court, sang the national anthem. There's the difference. To learn more about the open house on March 25th, visit northridgeprep.org. That's northridgeprep.org.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies. I'm Mark Gastineau. I played in the NFL for 10 years. I was diagnosed with CTE, with dementia, Alzheimer's, and Parkinson's. The fruits and vegetables that we take from Balance of Nature is the best thing that we could ever do. And I'm calling in now to order extra because of my wife has been taking mine because she sees a difference in me. It is a wonderful thing that Balance of Nature is doing. I hear the testimonies on the radio, but I'm a testimony for myself. And the fruits and vegetables, if I don't take them every single day, my day is not going to go the same. So God bless you, and thank you for what you've done for my wife and I.
When you call, use discount code CHICAGO, and we'll take 35% off your first month's order and ship it to you free. Call 800-246-8751 or go online to balanceofnature.com and use discount code CHICAGO.
Signature Bank is Chicago's fastest growing independently owned business bank. It's a bank where relationships still matter. Signature Bank knows your name and your story. I'm Dan Proft, and I know this because Signature Bank is my business bank.
I'm Jerry Kerrigan, one of the owners of F.J. Kerrigan Plumbing Company, a third-generation family-run business. Our trusted longtime accountant referred us to Signature Bank, and we've never been happier. On one of our first meetings, Signature Bank CEO Mick O'Rourke said, "You worry about running the business, and we'll take care of everything else." Since that initial meeting, Signature Bank has lived up to every promise they've made. The decision-making is local, the staff is consistent, and the service is outstanding. F.J. Kerrigan Plumbing understands the value of long-term customer relationships, and we plan to be a customer of Signature Bank for a long time to come.
Signature Bank is looking for their next success story. To learn more about turning your business vision into reality, visit signaturebank.bank. Signature Bank, helping local businesses succeed. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
When you're hiring, you don't want to sort through dozens of irrelevant resumes. You want a short list of qualified candidates. That's why you need Indeed.com. Diana's hired with Indeed.
It just gives me so many more qualified applicants to choose from.
Post a job in minutes. Set up screener questions. Then zero in on qualified candidates using an intuitive online dashboard. Discover why 3 million businesses use Indeed for hiring. Post a job today at Indeed.com/hire. Search for greatness. Search Indeed.
Save more with Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Hey, what are you doing up here on the roof?
I want to tell the world I just met the woman of my dreams. What about you?
I want to tell the world that Liberty Mutual saved me $782.
Liberty did what?
They saved me $782.
Oh, you go first then. $782 really puts finding love into perspective.
Visit us online to get a quote, and you could save $782. Liberty Mutual Insurance. Based on a recent countrywide new customer survey, coverage is underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company, Equal Housing Insurer.
Hey guys, Ken here from the hit podcast Today's Growth. Who would win a 3-mile bicycle race, an 11-year-old girl or last year's winner of the Tour de France? It all depends on the bicycle. It depends on their vehicle. Both on a 10-speed and the pro racer is going to win every time. But put the racer on a tricycle and the 11-year-old wins every time. You see, it's not the driver, it's the vehicle. When it comes to generating revenue, it's exactly the same. If you have a job or a small business, you are riding a tricycle. You can only go so fast. If you need to make up lost ground, it's not going to happen on a tricycle. No matter how fast you pedal, it's simply not going to win the race. Why do many people with no schooling and no advanced degree often become very wealthy? Simple. They choose to only ride 10 speeds. When it comes to helping people create their next revenue model, both Forbes and Inc. recommend Income Store as a can't miss when it comes to putting people on a 10-speed. Could your household or business use an additional revenue model that doesn't solely depend on you? If so, you need to check out IncomeStore.com. That's IncomeStore.com.
What interest rate would you rather pay on your credit card debt? 17% or less than 6% APR? The answer is obvious, Lightstream. Because with Lightstream, you may be able to consolidate credit card debt and dramatically cut your interest rate to as low as 5.49% APR with AutoPay. Plus, radio listeners get an additional rate discount. Just go to lightstream.com/news. With average interest rates on credit card debt at 17% APR, Lightstream could save you thousands in interest. And because Lightstream is a division of SunTrust Bank, one of the nation's largest and strongest financial institutions, you can have complete peace of mind. The application takes just minutes, and there are no fees and no pressure. Just lower rates, one low fixed monthly payment, and huge savings. So if you have good to excellent credit, apply today and get a special interest rate discount when you go to lightstream.com/news. That's lightstream.com/news. Lightstream.com/news.
Subject to credit approval. Rates include 0.5% autopay discount available only when you select autopay prior to loan funding. Terms and conditions apply and offers are subject to change without notice. Visit lightstream.com for important information about limits on Lightstream loans.
AM 560. The
Answer.
Coming up on Chicago's Morning Answer.
We'll go over who won the gold and who won the silver from the NBC broadcast team for cultural idiocy in media. That's at 8:08.
And an Olympic-size Twitter mistake. But first, let's go into the newsroom. Catch up with news from here at home and around the world. Here is Mike Scott.
Amy and Dan, here are the stories we're watching for you today. 2 police officers hurt in a Northside Chicago fire. Mike Madigan forced to fire an aide over harassment complaints. John Hancock Center will lose its name. Contract talks with West Chicago teachers ending with no deal. Coyotes beat the Blackhawks. Orlando runs out of magic and falls to the Bulls. Chilly day ahead. Intervals of clouds and sunshine will top out at 30 degrees. Complete look at weather after Fox News, WIND, Chicago News Time, 8 o'clock.
It's a debate in search of a compromise. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
Democrats are fully committed to protecting dreamers, and we have long supported effective border security.
But Democratic Senate Leader Chuck Schumer says now is not the time to reform the legal immigration system.
It's going to be the president's framework bill or nothing.
Republican Senator Tom Cotton pushing the President Trump's plan, a path to citizenship for nearly 2 million immigrants brought here illegally as kids in exchange for border wall funding, an end to the visa lottery, and chain migration. Fox's John Decker's live at the White House.
The president writing on Twitter, negotiations on DACA have begun. This will be our last chance. There will never be another opportunity. Also writing, our infrastructure plan has been put forward and has received great reviews by everyone except, of course, the Democrats. The president touting his plan yesterday.
The framework will generate an unprecedented $1.5 to $1.7 trillion investment in American infrastructure.
Coming up with the $200 billion in federal funding won't be easy. Democrats are unlikely to go along with cuts that would offset the cost of the president's plan. Dave?
John, the FBI and CIA directors are about to testify at the Senate Intelligence Committee at an annual hearing detailing our biggest national security threats. Russia and its meddling expected to be a big topic. 2 days after a Russian plane crash killing all 71 people on board, investigators studying the black box flight data speculate it might have been pilot error. North Korea keeps basking in the glow of its Olympic spotlight.
North Korean state TV broadcasting pictures of leader Kim Jong-un smiling broadly as he met with the senior officials, including his younger sister, who spent the weekend here in South Korea on a rare visit built around the Olympics. The North Korean broadcast saying Kim Jong-un thanked the South for its sincere efforts and said the North and South should continue talking. In Seoul, Simon Owen, Fox News.
The U.S. won a 3rd gold medal today at the Winter Olympics. Fox News, fair and balanced.
17 degrees, mostly cloudy skies, winds from the east-northeast at 4. It's 8:02 on AM 560, The Answer. Good morning. I'm Mike Scott. 2 Chicago police officers in stable condition following an apartment fire on Chicago's north side. Those officers are being treated for smoke inhalation. That fire under investigation. West Chicago high school teachers could be headed for a strike soon. Daily Herald reporting teachers and the board could not reach a contract agreement after more than 4 hours of talks last night. They'll resume negotiations on Thursday. Illinois House Speaker and Democratic State Party Chairman Michael Madigan forced to dump a longtime political aide. Madigan identified the consultant as Kevin Quinn. He was under investigation after sending inappropriate text messages to a colleague. A Northwest Side alderman accusing several local police officers of using racially charged language in online comments about a housing development. The Civilian Office of Police Accountability confirms it's looking into Alderman John Arena's complaint that as many as 31 officers who live near Jefferson Park, the site of the proposed mixed-income development that would include some with CHA vouchers, are the ones being targeted by the complaint. Man accused of kidnapping and killing a Chinese-born U of I scholar now faces an April 2019 trial. The judge yesterday set Brent Christensen's trial for a little more than a year from now. Chicago sports, Bulls beat Orlando 105-101, while Arizona beat Blackhawks 6-1. The news, a service of Staples. Staples has low prices on the organizational solutions your business needs to clear the clutter and focus on the job at hand this year, like banker's boxes, file folders, and storage bins. Less mess equals more success. Visit Staples.com for more. Staples, it's pro time. 8:04, time for the AM 560 Business Beat. From the Fox Business Network and a service of Turnkey.pro, here's Jenny Casola.
From the Fox Business Network, PepsiCo wasn't selling as much soda in the latest quarter, but its business was better than expected because it's been cutting costs. Soda and snack sales were down from a year ago. PepsiCo also says it will pay some employees bonuses up to $1,000, passing on savings from the new tax law. Gunmaker Remington is filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection. The company expects to stay in business during the reorganization process. General Motors is closing a factory in South Korea in May. GM is pressuring union officials to help it cut costs. It has 3 other factories in South Korea. It has already closed or downsized businesses in India, Russia, Western Europe, and Southeast Asia. The Dow was up 410 points Monday. NASDAQ was up 107. S&P was up 36. With the Fox Business Report, I'm Jenny Cosola.
8:05 in Chicago. A check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
Sean Hannity has been following the FISA memo for months.
We've been working hard to unpeel every single layer of the onion. But everything we have been telling you is right. Everything the media has been telling you for a year is wrong. We have in front of us here today the biggest abuse of power and corruption case that I can think of in American history.
The Sean Hannity Show. Afternoons at 2, right before Joe Walsh at 5 on AM 560. The Answer.
All money managers may seem pretty much the same. But while some money managers may recommend high commission investment products, Fisher Investments avoids them. Some money managers may have hidden and layered fees. Fisher Investments never does. And while some money managers are happy to earn commissions from you, whether you do well or not, Fisher Investments fees are structured so we do better when you do better. In other words, we're structured to be on your side. Maybe that's why most of our clients come to us from other money managers. Talk with us and find out why so many experienced investors are switching to and staying with Fisher Investments. Fisher Investments, clearly better money management. Investments in securities involve the risk of loss. Visit us at FisherInvestments.com to find out what we can do for you.
.06. Let's get an update on the roads in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center. Here's Jim.
Thanks, Mike. Eden's inbound delays start at Peterson Avenue. It's 30 minutes. Lake Cook Junction outbound 35. Kennedy, an hour and 10 minutes. So here to downtown. Delays kicking in at Austin. 48 minutes from Montrose. 42 in the Express. Outbound 38 to O'Hare. Eisenhower's an hour and 19 minutes. 390 to downtown. 58 minutes from Manheim. Outbound 55 to 390. Stevenson, an hour and 18 minutes, 355 to Lakeshore Drive, outbound 42 minutes. Ryan, 32 minutes, 95th to downtown. I-57, 33 minutes, I-80 to the merge. Bishop Ford, 41. Tri-State, northbound heavy Halstead to I-80, 111th to 47th. Then from the Reagan to Lawrence, it's about Adams Tollway, clogged up Arlington Heights Road to the Des Plaines Oasis after a crash. Reagan Tollway, heavy 31 to Winfield, 355 to York. Veterans Memorial from I-55 to the Reagan Tollway and the Army Trail Toll to 290. Traffic answers when you need them most. Jim Talamonte on AM 560, The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast with meteorologist Kevin Snyder.
Today, clouds and sun, high 30. Partly cloudy night, low 23. Tomorrow, clouds increase with a high 42. Then low clouds with areas of fog at night, a low 35. Thursday, patchy morning fog with afternoon rain, high 42. I'm Kevin Snyder on AM 560, The Answer.
14 at O'Hare. Next news at 8:30. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next on AM 560, The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by Get Down to Business with Shalom Klein, the show for business and jobs powered by Tandem HR. Heard Sunday evenings at 6.
This is Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson on AM 560. The Answer.
Good morning, Dan and Amy. We're coming to you live from AM Woodland Outdoor Design in Mundelein, part of our AM 560 Signature Bank Business Tour 2018 edition. And man, these punchkis. Punchki.
Get it right.
I gotta do the poo.
I'm going to tweet out a picture of you shoving that punchki down your throat. Poor thing didn't stand a chance, Dan.
These punchkis, got to give a hat tip to Anya's in Lake Zurich.
Yeah.
That's the Polish bakery. Man, these are good.
Thank you so much for bringing them in to the
Migats
and
brothers.
Danny Migats brothers, which is also Polish, and they own
like
AM Woodland Outdoor Design.
Punchki Migas.
Migats.
That's what my firstborn's going to be named.
Punchki? That's your first kid's going to be named Punchki?
Migats.
That actually does have a kind of a good Punchki Migats.
I
like that.
That's good.
That's a good name.
It's going to say Migats Punchki.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty good. All right, we got to talk a little bit of Olympics. How are you enjoying the P.F. Chang 2018 Olympics thus far? 312-642-5600, turnkey.pro, answer line 64636DA, turnkey.pro, text line. It was, this is a big deal for P.F. Chang's to get the 2018 Olympics over other chain restaurants that competed for the 2018 games.
Well, it was part of a spoof that Mark Giangreco did on Friday night, and basically they put up P.F. Chang 2018 instead of Pyeongchang.
This is ABC 7 in Chicago, since nobody knows who Mark Giangreco is.
Yes, they know who.
To tell you, Channel 7, ABC, network affiliate, catastrophes. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, he accidentally, he was trying to make a spoof about the Olympics instead of saying Pyeongchang, P.F. Chang's, but they kept that graphic for the next morning newscast. And so when they were talking about a serious story about the Olympics, P.F. Chang's 2018 was on screen instead of Pyeongchang.
I think given all the Olympians, dim sum from P.F. Chang's rather than 37 condoms would be a better swag. So there's that. Of course,
they have since apologized, by the way.
But
I didn't mean to offend anybody.
No, of course not. I don't accept their apology. But it is good to know that the producer of this segment landed on his feet after this little mix-up on the West Coast.
We have new information now also on the plane crash. KTVU has just learned the names of the 4 pilots who were on board the flight. They are Captain Sum Ting Wong, Wee Tu Lo, Ho Lee Fook, and Bang Ding Ao. The NTSB has confirmed these are the names of the pilots on board Flight 214 when it crashed. We are working to determine exactly what roles each of them played during the landing on Saturday.
I'll tell you, if the captain of your flight is named Sum-Ting Wong, then you want to get off that plane. You know what I mean?
Yes. Or Bing Ding Dao, or whatever. Yeah.
So NTSB turns out did not confirm those names.
Well, they got punked basically. Somebody faxed the information in with NTSB headliner, so it looked real. But it was not real.
Right, and because network affiliate newsreaders are morons, they didn't actually consider that those names 4 in a row might be suspicious.
Right. Well. On weekends, you have interns running the shot. No, it was an intern that grabbed it, and then another producer, and they didn't read it.
Somebody
and just handed it right to the anchor.
And then an alleged adult, actually read it on the air. That's the point that you're kind of glossing over. But it does. That's my second favorite network news affiliate foray into the absurd. And now P.F. Chang's is my third favorite. You know what my favorite is?
What? Oh.
Marion Brooks. Marion Brooks on
Canute.
NBC5, your former employer.
Canute. When the Canute died, the polar bear, they had a...
Yeah, remembering Canute, or Newt. I don't know if you pronounce the K. But it wasn't spelled on screen K-N-U-T. There was an inversion of 2 letters.
Yes.
Yeah, so it wasn't Newt dies. It was something else that had passed away. But it had a 6-year run, according to the Chiron.
Yes, it did.
So I like that. Now, the other thing with the P.F. Chang games is the D.C. Press Corps displaying its hatred for America. I mean, it is remarkable, the coverage that the propaganda minister for one of the most repressive regimes in the world is having stories written about her from Reuters like this headline: North Korea heading for diplomacy gold medal at Olympics.
Well, because while she was there, she invited the president of South Korea to visit North Korea. And that was, I guess, a big deal. But, yeah, they're following her around like she's a rock star and forgetting what her brother has done and what their family has done to thousands of people.
Washington Post bureau chief, the Ivanka Trump of North Korea. A CNN report, the senior diplomatic source said Pence degraded the image of the United States as a superpower by meeting with North Korean defectors, along with Otto Warmberg's father, and by speaking strongly against North Korea on multiple occasions. Pence.
I saw that. That was not a embarrassing moment for the United States.
Oh, you don't think so? You don't think it's an embarrassing moment when the United States and its leadership speaks out against a totalitarian regime that starves and persecutes its own citizens? Pence is the one degrading the image of the United States while they're celebrating Kim Jong-un's sister, who's just the propaganda minister for this regime. It is remarkable. Ben Domenech, writing in The Federalist, it'd be nice to say that the American media doesn't hate this country. It'd be nice to claim that the American press, while maintaining objectivity and balance against bias, is still inherently American, that they are patriots who love this country even as they report on its defects. But we cannot say these things when the American media time and again illustrates its utter hatred for the nation and its people in those newspapers and on television. Having judged the American project kaput after the election of Donald Trump, they are now stooping to the level of defending the North Koreans thanks to some side-eye from its minister of propaganda. Agree with that? 312-642-5600, turnkey.pro answer line, 64636DA, turnkey.pro text line, or are you too wowed by Adam Rippon to comment?
Well, it's funny that you should mention Adam Rippon because he did win a bronze medal yesterday and was very excited up on the podium.
Heard a lot of people like, whoa, Adam Rippon should tone it down and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I can't tone it down. I'm being me, and I'm being myself, and I would be doing myself an injustice, and I'd be doing an injustice to those kids who don't feel like they're comfortable to be themselves.
Okay, so we all know that you're gay, and it's okay. He came out, he and another skater, the first two openly gay male figure skaters.
Yeah.
Really?
How surprised when you learned Brian Boitano was gay?
Greg Louganis. I was not surprised.
Not a figure skater.
No, I know, not a figure skater, but
Yeah.
Whatever. One person that's
blah, 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 as Adam Rippon says. It is riveting commentary on the topic.
Hey, let them enjoy their time in the sun because when the Olympics are over, we won't hear from them. Bye. No, stop it. Did you hear about the New York Times opinion writer, Bari Weiss?
Yeah, she was on Mars show the other
Yeah,
night.
well, she also tweeted when that Olympic skater, Nagasu, that's her last name, she impressed the world. She did a triple axel. That's the first time an American woman has done that in an Olympic competition. And she tweeted out, immigrants, they get the job done. But the problem is that she was born in California and her parents came here from Japan.
Well, I mean, again, according to the Rauner standard, you can be born here and still be an immigrant, just as his parents immigrated from Wisconsin to Illinois. Emigrated from Wisconsin to Illinois.
Yes.
His grandparents.
The Basmalan province of Wisconsin. That's what we
call
call it.
Exactly. Yeah.
So she since has deleted that tweet.
Yeah, but I mean, that's so silly. That's like a non-controversy. That's so stupid. It's a stupid tweet and it's a stupid controversy. She responded by saying, "Well, her parents came here from South Korea, so I guess that's what I'm talking about."
Yeah,
or Japan.
Japan. They're Japanese.
Japan. Her parents came here from Japan, so that's what I'm talking about.
Now, Chloe Kim, her family is from South Korea, and she lives in California. She won the goal and the half pipe yesterday.
That's right. She's the snowboarder.
Right, the snowboarder.
Right.
Yes, and she won a gold medal. Youngest American woman to ever win.
And we got two 17-year-olds.
Yeah.
So the 17-year-old dude, Red Gerard, and now we got the 17-year-old woman that both won gold in snowboarding to try and make up the deficit we're facing against those
pesky Norwegians.
Intransigent,
what is the medal count?
Scandinavians.
I could look.
Get a handle on that while I talk to Steve and Roselle. You're on Chicago's Morning Answer.
Yeah, this would be like Eva Braun in the 36 Berlin Olympics, being made the star and the hero of the games. With the sister of the President Kim there.
Yeah, right. Thanks for the call, Steve. Yeah. Comparing, it would be like celebrating Eva Braun in the 36 games to celebrate the propaganda minister of North Korea in these games. It's remarkable. I mean, it really is remarkable to look at the coverage from these outlets. The gold medal in diplomacy, Reuters reporting that.
We're not doing too well in the medal count. Germany, number 1 with 9. Oh, I'm sorry, not number 1. The Netherlands and Canada are tied with 10 medals each. Norway's in the lead with 11.
Right.
Germany 9. United States 6.
Yeah, we're right there.
Yeah, but we're just warming up. There's a lot of events left.
Yeah, there's a lot of events nobody's ever heard of, or no sport anybody in America has
have you
ever
ever
participated
watched curling?
in. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, that's fun. Figure skating's the best.
Yeah, curling is nonstop excitement. I mean, the Winter Olympics, that's not really our forte. It's we're Summer Olympics nation.
Yeah.
I mean, we got good skiers, and we got you get your Lindsey Vonns, and you got your snowboarders.
Right. In figure skating, we normally dominate in figure skating in the pairs and singles, but I don't. Is Tanya Harding coming back?
If Adam Rippon was done celebrating himself, you may want to focus on amping up his bronze.
Well, the long-term routine that's later on.
The long-term routine?
Well, I mean, there's a long and a short program, a long program.
Exactly.
Yes.
Please use the proper terminology.
Okay, I'm sorry.
We're talking about the Olympics, the P.F. Chang Olympics, for God's sakes.
And it shall now be called P.F. Chang Olympics from here on out.
A note on this, too, the Kobe Bryant. He used to play basketball. He said that if he were still playing basketball today, he would kneel for the national anthem. Now, we haven't seen that at the Olympics yet.
Right.
We haven't seen that in the NBA, as far as I know, this season yet, which is good. But I think for the upcoming Summer Games, 2020, Kobe Bryant should be named as an assistant coach, or I don't know, he can be a player too, and just sit around at the top of the key and pass the ball. People can knock down a jump shot at this point. Be there, because when we win the gold, I want to see him kneel. I want to see him kneel on the gold medal winning podium in front of the nation, and he can believe that's his John Carlos Tommy Smith moment. We'll see how the nation treats him. But I want to test that tough talk that Kobe Bryant's issuing right now.
I don't think he'd do it. When push comes to shove, I don't think he'd do it.
Me neither. Ralph in Rantoul, you're on Chicago's Morning Answer.
Yeah, good morning. Unfortunately, I'm not geographically familiar with the space between the two Koreas. But I think our media, they're such, cheerleaders for the wrong side, that if it were possible to ski downhill into North Korea during the events and the North Koreans could shoot at the competitors, they'd probably root for the people shooting.
It's a different kind of biathlon. Yeah, thanks for the call, Ralph. Speaking of idiots in the media, Katie Couric being mocked by the Dutch for saying about the Dutch when it comes to speed skating. As you all know, the Netherlands has lots of canals that can freeze in winter, so for as long as those canals have existed, the Dutch have skated on them to get from place to place, to race each other, and to also have fun. Well,
that has nothing to do with their success in speed skating. Nothing to do with it.
Yes, as one Dutch tweeter posted, "Dear Katie Couric, the Dutch do not skate to work. Skating on clogs is too hard even for us." And other mocking tweets of the moron that is Katie Couric. So I would give Katie Couric the silver for cultural literacy.
Well, then who's going to get the gold?
I'm going to give that to Joshua Cooper Rameau, who was fired from NBC and from their team coverage of the P.F. Chang Olympics for suggesting that every Korean will tell you that Japan is a cultural, technological, and economic example that have been so important for their own transformation. He suggested that Koreans are grateful for Japan's role in their economic development, sort of kind of ignoring the sore spot among Koreans with respect to Japan of the Japanese occupation of Korea from 1910 to 1945. He go.
Yeah.
Gold
Can't
medal.
say that. Yeah.
Tim in Woodstock.
Hi, good morning, Dan and Amy. You know, the question I would like to have heard Kim Yo-young have to answer would be the defectors that the vice president met with. Should they be allowed to keep their freedom, or should they be returned to your brother's brutal regime? And, you know, that's the question I would like to have her answer. I think it would tell you everything that you need to know about it.
Yeah, that's a question I'd like to ask the U.S. media. Thanks for the call, Tim. Dan and Amy coming to you live from AM Woodland Outdoor Design in Mundelein.
Listen to podcasts of Dan and Amy from the AM 560 mobile app. Download it today at 560theanswer.com/mobile.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies.
I had this crazy thing happen with my eyesight. I went back to get my contact lenses done, and my optometrist, and I'm 46, he said, "This is really weird, but your eyesight is better." I'm like, I can't believe it, but I think it's these vitamins I'm taking.
I'm a huge believer in the product. I've tried lots of stuff, and this is the only real thing that I've ever, because of all these comparisons with all the other stuff I've had, this is by far the best thing, and consistently.
We're so healthy now on the Balance of Nature. There's no words to say how well it works.
Doing good on it, really. I'm feeling my skin is softer, and I feel good.
When you call, use discount code CHICAGO, and we'll take 35% off your first month's order and ship it to you free. Call 800-246-8751 or go online to balanceofnature.com and use discount code CHICAGO.
Reuters top news. Head held high. Kim's sister returns to North Korea. Iowa Hawk tweeted, whose head was it?
Oh, hey, if you still haven't purchased the very best pillow, of course, I'm talking about MyPillow. Well, the 4-pack deal is back. So I strongly urge you to go online or call now to make sure you take advantage of this amazing deal. By using the promo code Amy, you'll get the absolute best deal available anywhere. The MyPillow 4-pack deal includes 2 premium MyPillows and 2 Go Anywhere MyPillows at 50% off. I love the Go Anywhere MyPillows. I have one in my car when I pull over on the side of the road and take naps. And yes, just like the real MyPillow, you can wash it and put it in the dryer too. It's hypoallergenic. It has a 10-year warranty, 60-day money-back guarantee. I cannot sleep on anything but a MyPillow. And I like the fact too that it's made in America. So here's what you do. Go to mypillow.com, type Amy in that promo code. Get 50% off that 4-pack in the month of February. Or you can call 800-489-0201. Use the promo code Amy, or visit mypillow.com. That's 800-489-0201, promo code Amy.
Federal, state, and excise tax matters are serious and need to be addressed, not ignored. You don't need scare tactics to know procrastination can lead to severe consequences. You need a tax solution partner who will provide an honest assessment of your unique situation and help implement a strategy that fits your circumstances. You need Tax Relief, Inc. They've helped hundreds of satisfied customers like Mary.
Through a series of unfortunate circumstances, I found myself owing over $40,000 in back taxes. Tax Relief, Inc. was able to negotiate an offer and compromise for $2,400 payable in 3 installments. I never would have been able to reach a settlement like this with the IRS. Thanks, Tax Relief, Inc.
Ready for your tax problem relief? Deal directly with owner Joe Shadle of Tax Relief, Inc. No salesperson or middleman, just an honest, local, and dependable partner to assist you with the resolution of your tax matter. Call Joe now for a free, no-obligation consultation at 630-655-1040. That's 630-655-1040. Or go to taxreliefinc.com.
When you're hiring, you don't want to sort through dozens of irrelevant resumes. You want a short list of qualified candidates. That's why you need Indeed.com. Diana's hired with Indeed.
It just gives me so many more qualified applicants to choose from.
Post a job in minutes. Set up screener questions. Then zero in on qualified candidates using an intuitive online dashboard. Discover why 3 million businesses use Indeed for hiring. Post a job today at Indeed.com/hire. Search for greatness. Search Indeed.
Save more with Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Hey, what are you doing up here on the roof? I want to tell the world I just met the woman of my dreams. What about you? I want to tell the world that Liberty Mutual saved me $782. Liberty did what? They saved me $782. Oh, you go first then. $782. $2 really puts finding love into perspective.
Visit us online to get a quote, and you could save $782. Liberty Mutual Insurance. Based on a recent countrywide new customer survey, coverage is underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company, Equal Housing Insurer.
A leaky roof is not good for your home or business. Need repair?
Call Crumweedy.
Call Crumweedy to fix your roof or to book your new roof now so you're ready for the storms of the new year. And get a luxury vacation for two, cruise or resort with a qualifying purchase.
Woohoo!
A great roof, siding, or windows, and a vacation.
This is Mark Olson
and Greg Olson of Crumweedy,
a third-generation family business.
We're conservative just like you.
The difference is installation.
Hey, we know that. That's why we follow the manufacturer specifications, so your warranty is totally intact.
A lot of companies don't do that, and that could void your warranty.
Hate the high pressure?
Not from us.
We give you multiple options, then you choose.
A roof that lasts at a fair price.
We fix roof problems.
When your roof is needy,
call Crumweedy.
630-595-8020. 630-595-8020.
MyRoofIsNeedy.com. Hey, do it now.
Crumweedy. We fix roof problems.
AM 560. The Answer.
Coming up on Chicago's Morning Answer.
Are you ready for this? After Governor Rauner's political stunt of going to the Illinois Veterans Home in Quincy in response to the Legionnaires outbreak, which is about 2 years continuous, 13 people dead, 11 families suing the state for negligence. This week, 2 new cases of Legionnaire's disease, two residents of the Illinois Veterans Home in Quincy diagnosed with Legionnaire's disease. I guess political stunts don't solve the problem, do they? We're going to talk about it with State Representative David McSweeney at 8:38.
But first, let's go into the newsroom. Here is Mike Scott.
Mostly cloudy skies, 15 degrees. Senator Bernie Sanders may be signaling some intention in 2020 for a run for the White House. The Vermont Independent this morning saying he'll appear at a key battleground state in Iowa next week, rallying support for a former campaign aide running for Congress. Top U.S. intelligence officials gathering in the Senate today. The Intelligence Committee will hear from those top officials about global threats to national security. The witness list includes CIA Chief Mike Pompeo and Mike Rogers, head of the NSA. An Oklahoma woman will serve prison time after being convicted of killing her daughter with a crucifix. Judge sentencing that woman yesterday to life in prison without parole. 2 Chicago police officers are in stable condition. That follows an apartment fire on Chicago's north side. Authorities say the blaze broke out last night near Grace and Fremont. That fire is under investigation. West Chicago high school teachers could be headed for the picket line soon. The Daily Herald reporting teachers and the board could not reach a contract agreement after more than 4 hours of talks last night. The two sides back at it on Thursday. Chicago officials say they'll postpone the closure of several high schools in one of the city's highest crime and most impoverished neighborhoods in response to contentious community response. Initially, the district pitched closing all 4 schools at once this summer, displacing those students, sending them to out-of-neighborhood schools to make way for a new $85 million school. But now officials say they'll delay closing one of those schools at the end of the year to begin construction on the new facility that will only take freshmen in the fall of 2019. There will be silence and reflection at Northern Illinois University this week. Tomorrow marks the 10-year anniversary of the campus shooting there that left 5 dead and injured 17 others in 2008. NIU says in the decade since student Stephen Kazmierczak started shooting in a classroom, thousands have donated hundreds of thousands of dollars to a scholarship program in the name of those killed and wounded. Chicago sports, Bulls beat Orlando 105-101. Lauri Markkanen led the way with 21. Coyotes pounded the slumping Blackhawks 6-1. The news, a service of Staples. Staples has low prices on the organizational solutions your business needs to clear the clutter and focus on the job at hand this year, like banker's boxes, file folders, and storage bins. Less mess equals more success. Visit staples.com for more. Staples, it's pro time. 8:33 and a check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
Mike Gallagher wants the media to stop overreacting.
We dropped 1,100 points. That's 4.6%. The 4.6% happens about 3 times a year. It had nothing to do with Donald Trump. It has to do with interest rates likely rising because the economy is doing so well. It has to do with a normal, inevitable course correction, but yet the media never wants to miss a chance to show him up.
The Mike Gallagher Show, weekdays at 9, right before Dennis Prager at 11 on AM 560. The Answer.
Outsmart the flu. The Exergen temporal scanner is the #1 thermometer preferred by pediatricians. Smart technology backed by over 70 clinical studies. Protect your family. Rely on Exergen.com.
Abilify, Wellbutrin, Seroquel, Rexulti. These drugs are commonly prescribed for depression treatment. 2018 can be the year you win the war on depression.
New year, new you.
Drugs for depression can be dangerous, have side effects, and really just mask the problem. TMS therapy treats the source of your depression. Cure or remission is here. HBR centers are proud to bring TMS therapy to Chicagoland and Milwaukee. Millions have been treated, and the results are outstanding.
TMS therapy is drug-free and non-invasive.
How does it work? TMS therapy uses safe, small magnetic fields, similar to those used in an MRI. They stimulate and activate mood centers, causing long-term medication-free relief. It's FDA cleared and covered by most insurance, including Blue Cross Blue Shield and Medicare. Make the call, ask questions, bring an end to your depression. HPR centers in Chicagoland and Milwaukee.
800-604-0208. 800-604-0208.
HPR centers. Go to endmydepression.com.
It is 8:35 and a check of your roads from the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center with Jim Talamonte.
Thanks, Mike. And Matt Kennedy. Delays are from Foster to Randolph. It's an hour from O'Hare to downtown. 40 minutes from Montrose, 38 in the Express. Outbound 15 minutes to Montrose, 39 to the airport. Edens, 27 minutes Lakewood Junction. Outbound 34. The Eisenhower, an hour and 15 minutes, 390 to downtown. 55 minutes from Manheim. Outbound 52 to 390. Stevenson, an hour and 16 minutes, 355 to Lakeshore Drive. Outbound 40 minutes. The Ryan, 34 minutes, 95th to downtown. I-57, 30 minutes, I-80 to the Murray, Division 437. Tri-State delays are northbound Halstead to I-80, crash on the exit at 111th to 47th. From the Reagan Tollway to Lawrence. But Adams Tollway clogged up, busing to the Des Plaines Oasis. Reagan Tollway from 25 to Raymond, 355 to Midwest. Northbound Veterans Memorial jammed, I-55 to the Reagan Tollway, the Army Trail toll to 290. Delays on Metro's electric line with signal issues near Van Buren. On the CTA Brown line, trains are stopped at Kimball with a mechanical issue. Traffic answers when you need them most. I'm Jim Talamonte, AM 560, The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast. Chilly day ahead, clouds and sunshine, a high near 30, partly cloudy and 25. Overnight, increasing clouds and milder high 43 tomorrow. Currently 18 at O'Hare. Next news coming up at 9, and Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next on AM 560, The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by Papa Nicholas Coffee. Papa Nicholas, best beans, best roast, best coffee.
Hey, Joe Walsh here. It's Immigration Deal Week in the Senate. I worry that a bad deal's a-coming. We'll talk about it when freedom returns to fire.
Good morning, Dan and Amy. Coming to you live from AM Woodland Outdoor Design in Mundelein, part of our AM 560 Signature Bank Business Tour, the 2018 edition. am-ld.com is the website for AM Woodland Outdoor Design. And this is just remarkable. I mentioned it before Mike Scott's newscast. In 2016, July, Governor Rauner said, we're really on top of the situation at the Illinois Veterans Home in Quincy, where there was an outbreak of Legionnaire's disease. That was July of 2016, so 18 months ago, plus. In the fall of 2017, 3 more people got sick from Legionnaire's disease. A Korean War veteran died at the home. A month ago, not even, Rauner and his wife went and stayed over for a night.
Yeah, they're there for a week, actually.
Oh, whatever.
A week.
A political stunt.
Yeah, took showers there, hot showers.
Jane Byrne Redux. Everything's fine. They're on top of it.
Drank the water, they said.
Mm-hmm. And this week, the Illinois Department of Public Health is reporting 2 new laboratory-confirmed cases of Legionnaire's disease among the residents of the Illinois Veterans Home. Remarkable. A year and a half from Governor Rauner's pronouncement that we're on top of it. 13 dead, 11 lawsuits alleging negligence from families of those afflicted, and now 2 new cases this week. For more on this topic and a couple of others, because he was part of a White House briefing on Trump's proposed infrastructure program, which, as the Transportation Center of the Midwest, is particularly salient to Illinois. We're pleased to be joined by Dave McSweeney, State Representative, Republican from Barrington Hills. Dave, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.
Great. Thanks for having me on.
So why don't we start with the Veterans Home in Quincy and your reaction to the Department of Public Health report about these 2 new cases?
Well, last week, the governor said 2 things. First thing he said is that he did an exceptional job. He wouldn't change anything on the Quincy Veterans Home. And again, as you stated, 13 veterans are dead. We continue to have problems. And the other thing, and it's related actually in my view, is the governor said to the Sun-Times that he does not have a relationship with President Trump. In fact, he was bragging about the fact that he never met him and criticized the President of the United States. As I said in early January at a hearing to his top appointees on this issue of the Veterans Home, the governor needs to show leadership. We need to build a new facility in Quincy. The building is obviously contaminated. 13 veterans and spouses have died. We now have 2 new cases, but of course the governor not only refuses to meet with President Trump to discuss funding for Illinois for the Veterans Home, for transportation, we'll talk about in a second, but he's saying that he wouldn't change anything. In fact, he went on to say, I just want to repeat, he said they did an exceptional job. And it's time for this governor to be in charge. He claims that he's not in charge, and to show that he's actually a leader for our veterans. And the way to do that is to actually secure the financing to do his job as governor, to work with the administration. I mean, Dan and Amy, do you think if Governor Rauner called President Trump and said, we have 13 veterans that are dead, we need $25 to $30 million of federal money to build a new building in Quincy, do you think the president would say no? Of course he would. It's the lack of leadership.
He would help in a second, but then his wife, Diana, wouldn't speak to him probably for the next month if he reached out to President Trump, which is a sad fact. That's the state that we live in. But now that 2 more people have been diagnosed with Legionella or Legionnaire's disease, does Governor Rauner have the power to shut that place down? I mean, even if you look at the health report for Illinois State Board of Health, they said that they cannot eradicate Legionella from that water supply system.
Yeah, and there's a facility there, Amy, the Elmore facility, that is the real source of the problem. That actually was built in 1965, and there's clearly a fundamental problem that will never be able to be fixed. There's a facility, Kent, that they could that has some old problems, but that they could quickly rehab and at least as a temporary facility, and then build a new facility, which probably would cost between $35 to $50 million with 65% funding for the VA. This is not working. They're saying that these 2 cases, the people are being treated. But this is just absolutely outrageous. These are our veterans. They need to be taken care of. But again, this is a simple call. If he doesn't want to meet with him, he should call the President of the United States and ask for a coordinated effort. But you know what the governor did? He appointed a task force. Well, what is the last task force that you know of that's done anything in this state? It's just another way of kicking the can down the road. It's absolutely outrageous.
Speaking of your meeting and infrastructure and the Trump's proposal for a big infrastructure program, give us an update on what that White House briefing you attended was like and what you suggest the governor do writ large when it comes to federal funding support for Illinois' infrastructure needs.
Well, Dan, as you said, obviously we're the infrastructure hub of the Midwest with our airports and rail and ports. The president has proposed what I think is a good plan. Provides for $200 billion of federal funding over 10 years. He pays for it by cutting other spending. We'll be able to leverage that into about $1.5 trillion of infrastructure spending. I'd like to see some more federal dollars just because we send so much money to Washington and get a lot less back. That said, it's a good start, and I support the president. I went to a briefing. I was honored yesterday and included 8 governors. In fact, 2 Democratic governors were there. The governor of Virginia, Northam, and the governor of Louisiana, Edwards. Governor Scott Walker was there. He was very prepared. He talked about a specific plan on Foxconn. So we spent 45 minutes with the president yesterday, a group of 24 of us, and it was a great honor. But that's something that Governor Rauner should have been there. I mean, the president is very engaged, and it's going to be by priority. He's called for expedited permitting to get down to 2 years, but the state has to do our job. This is a governor who won't meet with the president. Again, if Northam, the governor of Virginia, remember the president, we just had a big race against him. Gillespie lost, but the president spent a lot of time campaigning. They had a very cordial conversation yesterday. I was there. I saw it. That's a Democratic governor. If Northam can talk to the president and talk about a specific project that he had in Norfolk, why can't Governor Rauner, as a Republican governor, allegedly a Republican governor, speak to the President of the United States? So he needs to do his job. He needs to meet with the leadership in the state, including our congressional delegation, and pull together a list of priority projects and how we're going to fund them. Or we're going to lose out. That's the issue. Again, it's a lack of leadership.
I'm going to ask you a political question. Over the last week, this embarrassment to the Illinois Republican Party, and despite the hand-wringing, there's still responsibility that's attendant to the Republican Party. And I'm talking, of course, about the pending or the imminent nomination of a Nazi to be the Republican Party's nominee in the 3rd Congressional District. This is the Dan Lipinski Congressional District, and now
the Holocaust denier.
Holocaust denier, yeah, Nazi.
Crazy.
This is not a known quantity. This lunatic is somebody who's tried to run for office before, and this time, though, the Illinois Republican Party, despite the fact you have to circulate nominating petitions, get signatures, go through a process, and so forth, asleep at the switch while this guy is walking to the nomination for a congressional seat. By the way, a congressional seat kind of in Trump territory where we should be competing, and we're not even paying attention when a Nazi is walking to the nomination. So the disavowals from the chairman, Tim Schneider, and from the National Committeeman, Richard Porter, are nice, and I agree with them. But what about the accountability for allowing that to happen in the first place?
Well, Dan, the first problem is the premise that there is an Illinois Republican Party. It's the Illinois Rauner Party. I mean, that's really what it is. I mean, I'm a Reagan Republican, and I support the president. I don't recognize this Rauner Party, right? Abortion on demand paid for by taxpayers for the 9th month, sanctuary state, massive tax increases, weak leadership on veterans. That's not my Republican Party. Again, I'm a Ronald Reagan Republican. So that's the first problem. It's the Illinois Rauner Party. And the Illinois Rauner Party, obviously, with Tim Schneider as the chairman, dropped the ball. I really do believe that not only should they have recruited a candidate there, I don't know why we wouldn't, like you said, it could be a very competitive seat, especially if the left-wing candidate comes out of the primary, who's going to potentially defeat Lipinski. We should have been recruiting a top-tier candidate, but the Illinois Rauner Party is too focused on Bruce Rauner instead of focusing on stopping fiascos like this. I mean,
this is crazy, though.
But embarrassment. It is crazy. This guy should be condemned. He's a coward. He's a racist. But yeah, the Illinois Rauner Party dropped the ball on this, meaning Tim Schneider, who is the hand-picked Raunerite.
But do you think that Rauner did it to make the Republican Party look bad?
I don't think that's just incompetence. I mean, it's kind of like the veterans thing. I think he's so focused.
He's not in charge.
Running around the state with he's like the Kardashians with his Facebook page. Taking his pictures, dressed up in different costumes, and running around the state playing governor instead of actually being governor.
Yeah, the sash is a nice touch. On the other side, I want to get your take on the Me Too being visited upon Mike Madigan and his street muscle. Quinn, how did you react to that story? That must have been a very difficult decision for Madigan to part company with the Quinn family. Yeah.
Well, he should have been gone a long time ago. We read the Tribune story this morning, and the guy should have been fired immediately and went on for a long time. Obviously, I'm glad he's gone, but it should have happened a long time ago, and that's one of the reasons that it's such a scandal that we didn't have a legislative inspector general. I know you've had Ms. Rothmeyer on a lot and talked to her. For years, we went without being able to investigate these types of situations in the General Assembly, but this guy should have been gone a long time ago.
He is David McSweeney, Republican state legislator, state rep from Barrington Hills. Dave, thanks as always for joining us. Appreciate it.
Great. Thank you very much.
And he joined us on our turnkey.pro answer line.
There's only one radio show in Chicago talking about today's biggest stories and telling you what they really mean. That show is this one, Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560, The Answer.
Today, some high clouds. We should see the sun at some point in time, a high of 30 degrees. And then tomorrow, Valentine's Day, increasing clouds, mild, really warm, a high of 43 degrees. Let's get into our alarm detection systems traffic center. Here is Jim Telemonte.
Thanks, Amy. Tri-State Tollway northbound is very heavy. Chicago Road to I-80. Your crash on the exit ramp. And farther north, slow 111th, 47th. And from the Reagan Tollway to Lawrence, it's about Adams Tollway stop and go busty to the Des Plaines Oasis after a crash. Reagan Tollway jammed. 25 to Raymond and 355 to Midwest. Veterans Memorial. I-55 to the Reagan Tollway. The Army Trail toll to 290. Edens is 27 minutes. Lake Cook to Montrose, outbound 34. Kennedy, an hour. O'Hare to downtown, outbound 39 minutes. It is on the Eisenhower, an hour and 10 minutes. 390 to downtown, outbound 52 minutes. Stevenson, an hour and 16. 355 to the drive, outbound 40 minutes. Ryan, 34 minutes. 95th to downtown. Jim Talamonte in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center.
The following is a paid political announcement.
Now that I've got your attention, my name is Jeannie Ives, and I'm the conservative running against Bruce Rauner for governor. I'm an economic liberty, pro-family West Point grad. I've spent the last 5 years battling Chicago Democrats. I didn't think I'd have to spend so much time battling Bruce Rauner. But when Rauner betrayed conservative families, that's exactly what I did. Rauner made Illinois a sanctuary state. I voted against it. Rauner made you pay for abortions in all 9 months of pregnancy. I voted against it, and so did every other Republican legislator. Rauner took money from your schools to bail out the Chicago public schools. I voted against it. National Review has called Rauner the worst Republican governor in the country because he is. Rauner betrayed us. I honor who we are as conservatives. Rauner can't win re-election. He said he's not in charge. With your help, I'll lead the charge.
Paid for by Ives for Illinois.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies.
I was surprised at myself how much energy I had, and I'm doing 2 jobs, running around like a maniac, and I was able to handle it. Really, I'm like, wow, this stuff is really good. So, more than anything else, it just gave me the extra energy and the well-being, feeling of well-being that I don't think I would have without it.
Well, I take it every day, and I feel great. And my wife looks at me and says, how come you never get sick? And I do. It's because I take the fruits and veggies.
I just feel a lot better. My life is turned around. Everything is working for me.
It just helps me feel good. I just think the products are wonderful, and I take them every day. I just like it. It works.
When you call, use discount code CHICAGO, and we'll take 35% off your first month's order and ship it to you free. Call 800-246-8751 or go online to balanceofnature.com and use discount code CHICAGO.
If you did not purchase health insurance coverage during the 2017 open enrollment, I can help you purchase a PPO health insurance plan at any time during the year. This is Tom Marabali, your health insurance advocate and independent producer for Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois and other health insurance carriers. If you are between the ages of 19 and 64, you are automatically paying for maternity coverage whether you want the coverage or not. If you are a non-smoking 50-year-old male or female living in the city of Chicago, the monthly premium rate for a 100% tax-deductible health savings account PPO plan would be $590 per month. But I can show you how to eliminate the mandatory maternity benefit and lower your monthly premiums down to approximately $240 per month. To see if you qualify or for more information, call me, Tom Marabali, at 630-863-3477. That's 630-863-3477.
Shoot Point Blank is Chicago's leading shooting range and firearms store. Featuring 20 climate-controlled shooting lanes, complete retail store, and firearm education classes for all experience levels. Whether you're a new or expert shooter, now you can experience the Shoot Point Blank difference and see for yourself why so many people are talking about Shoot Point Blank.
I can tell you, I was impressed as soon as I walked through the door. The employees were really helpful, very patient, and knowledgeable, too.
My wife and I had a wonderful experience. We felt very comfortable and informed.
Brett was very friendly and respectful, and he answered all my questions. Because I'm new to pistols, I'm grateful he was patient and helped me decide what to buy for my new firearm.
For a huge selection of new and used firearms, ammo, and state-of-the-art indoor shooting range, visit them in Hodgkins, Mokina, Naperville, or Merrillville. Or check out shootpointblank.com. Experience the difference. Shoot Point Blank.
I want to tell you about a product that I've been using for the past 3 months, and I love it, and you should know about it. It's called Calitrin, and here's the thing. I started using it to lose a few pounds after the holidays, and I've seen that work for me. But there are so many other amazing side benefits. I'm sleeping better, I've got more energy, and my joint pain has almost completely disappeared. And here with me now is Elizabeth from Calitrin with an amazing offer.
Good morning. Yes, thank you so much for having me. Yes, Calitrin truly is a health supplement that you can feel good while you're taking it. And of course, you're going to see the pounds and the inches come off, but you're also going to have more energy and sleep better. And like you said, a decrease in joint pain because you're giving your body back what it needs. Just go to the website toploss.com. That's TOPLOSS.com. You can check it out for yourself. And when you get ready to order today, you can use promo code Amy, and it's going to save you 10% on your order. That's toploss.com.
Thanks, Elizabeth. And remember, swimsuit season is just around the corner. Go to toploss.com. That's toploss.com.
Want to know the secret that all those flipping houses gurus won't tell you? Flipping multi-unit properties is easier and more profitable than flipping single-family homes. With over 17 years of experience, we here at RE Mentor will show you the art of buying and selling multi-unit properties. Come spend the afternoon or evening with our team of experts, and we'll show you how to put $10,000 to $30,000 in your pocket over the next 90 days. This 2-hour class will teach you the art of the multi-unit flip and long-term hold. You'll learn how to buy, hold, and sell multi-unit properties with no money down, no credit, and no risk. You risk nothing but have everything to gain. This intensive 2-hour real estate class is coming to the Chicago area soon. Call 800-559-1577 to secure your seat. This seminar is free to the first 30 people that call. Change your life now and learn the art of the multi-unit flip or long-term hold. Call 800-559-1577. That's 800-559-1577.
What interest rate would you rather pay on your credit card debt? 17% or less than 6% APR? The answer is obvious, Lightstream. Because with Lightstream, you may be able to consolidate credit card debt and dramatically cut your interest rate to as low as 5.49% APR with AutoPay. Plus, radio listeners get an additional rate discount. Just go to lightstream.com/news. With average interest rates on credit card debt at 17% APR, Lightstream could save you thousands in interest. And because Lightstream is a division of SunTrust Bank, one of the nation's largest and strongest financial institutions, you can have complete peace of mind. The application takes just minutes, and there are no fees and no pressure. Just lower rates, one low fixed monthly payment, and huge savings. So if you have good to excellent credit, apply today and get a special interest rate discount when you go to lightstream.com/news. That's lightstream.com/news. Lightstream.com/news.
Subject to credit approval. Rates include 0.5% autopay discount available only when you select autopay prior to loan funding. Terms and conditions apply and offers are subject to change without notice. Visit lightstream.com for important information about limits on Lightstream loans.
AM 560. The Answer.
Dan and Amy, we're coming to you live from AM Woodland Outdoor Design in Mundelein, part of our AM 560 Signature Bank Business Tour this morning. Let's take a quick call from Sean from Elmwood Park.
Rauner's entire tenure, and I mean his entire tenure, has not just been betrayal and incompetence. His support that he still has is because of his money. If he didn't have money, you'd think Brady, you'd think Durkin, you'd think these guys would even give him 1 ounce of support. So any Republican that still supports Rauner is because they are a political whore. It isn't because of Rauner's principles or his integrity, and it certainly isn't because of his taste in women. It's because he has money. So if you pay attention to anything and you support Rauner, you're in on this scam. You're in on this Illinois soiree, because nobody's mentioning that slob, Nancy Kimmey, and the lobbyist that makes Madigan blush. The corruption of Rauner makes Madigan blush. So this is a tough week for me, Prof. I had to go through the unveiling of Michelle Obama and her pretend hotness, which makes Japanese people want to run into her house like Godzilla was attacking the island, for God's sakes. It's one big nightmare week.
Thanks for the call, Sean. Which portrait did you enjoy more, Amy? The Barack Obama in the bushes
in the bushes or at Wrigley Field,
or the Kerry Washington as Michelle Obama.
Well, it was a fashion forward piece. I love the dress that she was wearing in the portrait. The gray tones, though, I could have done without.
Stunning.
She is a gorgeous woman, and she looked absolutely beautiful yesterday at the portrait unveiling ceremony.
On fire.
What do you think of?
En fuego.
Well,
ravishing.
President Obama thought she was hot.
Oh.
He thanked the artist for displaying her hotness.
Oh, there's no
Please.
question. There's no question about that. There's no question that he did. Here's Barack Obama.
I tried to negotiate less gray hair.
Oh, that's
Oh, yeah.
Barack Obama talking about himself.
Yeah, but Barack, he was just saying that she's so hot.
Yeah.
That she's so beautiful and so hot and so unique that the artist couldn't help but portray her that way in her portrait. I don't like President Obama though, on a chair in the bushes at Wrigley Field, because then they put in the Hawaii and the Kenyan thing too. So
Should have gone with the mom jeans on the girl's bike with the helmet. I totally agree.
Thanks so much for making us part of your morning. Thanks so much to AM Woodland
Outdoor Design. Thank
Yes,
you very much.
for hosting us this morning. We're back tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. Now here is Mike Scott.
2 police officers hurt in a Northside fire. The John Hancock Center losing its